Hello.
Waiting for my video. Waiting for my video to show up on my channel.
Let's let's wait
Welcome.
around. Let's
Let's wait
let's
for my
talk
own
about how
video.
we're waiting for the video to show up to confirm that's going.
Uh, is it recording this call,
Should be. Hold on.
or should we be in the channel chat?
Um. Oh, yeah. It should be recording regardless.
I
Hold
like
on.
that response. Should be, but we'll know when I turn on the video because when I look at the video, I'm a little bit behind,
Yeah.
and I can should be able to hear ourselves, right? So actually, through the magic of streaming, we only need to just wait for. Okay, it just showed up for me.
Awesome.
Super Metroid.
We
Super
got.
Metroid plus ALttP Randomizer times 4 with Bizhawk game shuffle.
Hell yeah.
Let's get
We're
this
we're
going.
going we're going full chaos mode this time. So this is
Yeah,
swapping
we're
out
good.
the game every like 15 to 40 seconds,
We're
and
good. Um, the audio is good.
all
Just
right,
so we're
excellent.
clear. Okay.
And yeah, it's swapping out the game every 40 seconds or so, and we're gonna see how far we can get in the combo randomizer, Super Metroid and The Legend of Zelda combined um,
Mm,
into one game somehow.
it's a good thing you got me here because I play these still.
Yeah,
I don't know how much that's gonna help.
I played the
These
randomizer a few times.
these
Like
games are so good.
this
Oh,
was so fascinating to me. It's like it just seems like alien technology. Oh look, it's
these
swapped
games,
already.
these games are insane.
Yeah.
The original games, like, can't believe every time I go back and play these two games, I can't believe how good they are. But I think A Link to the Past, it's balanced a little
Whoops.
strange. That's the only thing I would say. It's Link to the Past. It feels like maybe Link takes a little bit too much damage.
Uh huh.
I don't know. I
Oh.
don't know. It's just a little bit
Oh, I guess we're
weird.
Sans
Weird.
now. Wait, shit.
Can you put in your own sprites for these guys? These characters?
There you pick from a list. Like there are parameters you can set. Like you can set your sprite and you can set some of the randomization. Like you can configure it so that um it requires no bosses to beat each game.
Okay.
And that's what I did here. I have like no bosses for Metroid, no bosses for Zelda. So theoretically, if I get everything right away that I need to beat Ganon and Mother Brain, then I could potentially beat it. But I don't expect to actually do that.
Playing Contra again, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Glasses? Something?
Yeah. Oh yeah, and
this
the balance issues you're talking about with the Zelda, they're not going to be a factor because
okay.
Zelda is extremely hard to get anywhere in the randomizer.
I think this is Bill from Contra.
I don't know.
I think.
I don't know their
Um,
names. Why do you know their names? What the hell?
I don't know why. No, it's Bill Reiser and Lance Bean
Oh
from The
yeah.
Wire. Cover art guys. Sam's. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Good old Sam's. And check this out. Whoa. Now I'm Solaire. I don't have a sword.
I was thinking, oh man, the Zoomers are gonna love this one.
Oh boy.
Solaire, meme guy. Oh
Oh,
man.
what's this now? I don't even remember what this is.
I was thinking, you know how in Undertale they name things after like fonts,
Oh, this is Alucard.
like Comic Sans and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I had this thought. Are you allowed, like, if you like file types and stuff? I had this idea to name things after
Oh
file
shit.
types.
Uh-huh.
Like, are you allowed to call a character Matroska? Like,
Um,
I don't know. You should be able to. I don't know how this works out. Are you infringing on something?
is Matroshka like
I don't know.
copyrighted at all?
I have no idea. But I was
Because
just I had this
it's a traditional Russian thing, so I don't know.
I just had this thought just when I was messing around and stuff, creating
Hmm.
OC, and I was just thinking like, I don't know, maybe characters should be named after file types, like Tiff would be the name for a girl.
That's pretty good. I like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just I had these thoughts like, how come like Undertale had fonts? Like let's just
Uh,
have file types. It's kind of interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, like name like I remember I was working on like reboot OC and I was finding names for things in Blender just by
Hmm.
looking around. Like Boolean just stuck out to me and I was like, oh, that's a great name. We can call him Boo for
Uh-huh.
sure. All the names you need are in Blender already, look.
I love the word Boolean. Like, I
I
just
know.
can't get enough of it. It's just like, it's such a pretentious thing because it just means a value that's like either true or false. That's all it is.
Um yeah, it's like a bod. BAUD. And they stole that for reboot to make Bodway.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I posted some of that stuff somewhere, and everybody was like, "Post everything you have," because I had that homemade supercomputer scene from Reboot,
Oh.
and people thought that was incredible. Like they couldn't believe it. That like they thought it was real or something.
Oh yeah.
Like that I had secret
Banana.
files from Reboot. Like that I didn't. I just made that. It's not hard to
Yeah.
make. It really is.
It's really on point. Really accurate.
Look at this. It's the banana guy from Bananas in Pajamas.
Yeah. They had this fella.
Bananas in
This little fella.
pajamas.
Oh.
Something, something, something. Bananas in pajamas. Something, something, something. I used to watch this like every day.
All you remember about it is the fact that it exists, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I watched like I must have watched every episode, but I don't remember anything about it.
exactly, because
Bananas
it's
in
the same
pajamas.
for me.
I watched that. I watched Barney, and I watched something with a dragon. Remember that green dragon shithead? It was a live action show with the dragon. Remember that?
Yeah.
What was? What the
Um.
hell was that? And Magus. We got Magus now.
Yeah, yeah. Like this sprite is pretty good. This guy looks like it's. Oh. Oh, it crashed. I didn't expect that to happen. What the hell?
A crash.
Ah. Oh dear. That's gonna be a problem. Let's see where this goes.
I just went on Google and I typed in live action dragon show 90s. And the first response from Google was Dragon Ball Z.
Oh yeah.
No. No.
Dragon show. It is.
No.
I don't know if they even call that a dragon show.
Oh, I know what it is. I got it now. I just found it here. It's Dudley. Dudley the Dragon.
Oh, whoops.
Remember that show?
Why the hell does this happen? Damn it.
Dudley the Dragon. Yep. Ran from 1994 to 1997. What a show.
This is cool. Man, that's epic. Bizhawk, gimme. You know what's pretty epic? When you're in OBS and you create a new window capture, it can default to anything, and you don't know what it's gonna what window it's gonna
Randomly.
show.
Oh,
It's just gonna start streaming it immediately. I love
yeah.
that.
If if I was making streaming software or like screen capture streaming software, I would intentionally put in the files of the software
Hmm.
porn so that
Yeah.
there's a slight chance that when
Uh-huh.
you start a stream, it'll show porn. A very tiny chance, just to get someone banned. There's porn in the software. That's what I do.
Yeah, yeah. Just
What would happen? What would happen if you did that? Like,
make it
how in trouble would you get?
make it convincing too. Make it like a Chromium window. that's
Yeah.
that has porn in it.
Yeah.
No,
Whoops,
make it
guys,
like
I don't know where that came from. Whoops.
have you heard what happened to that one streamer where he had like deep fake porn of another streamer like pop up?
That's
And
a good idea.
he got
That's
fucking like what a humiliating thing to happen.
that's
Like
awesome. Did he do that on purpose? Like
oh no, he was so distraught. He was like crying on stream trying to apologize. It
that's
was like
amazing. It sounds like you do it on purpose. It's so
uh-huh.
insane. Like,
I know. I know. If this crashes again, I'm just gonna play one ROM.
oh my god, that's such a stupid stream idea.
Yeah, I know, it's terrible.
We're just playing a ROM. I don't know.
No, I mean like one randomizer ROM.
Oh, well, at least there's that.
Yeah. Okay.
Is this on the Steam Deck?
No.
You gotta
No,
change this.
I was gonna add another layer of bullshit to it. That's too much.
I'll fix the tags right now. Might as well.
Oh
Still
right,
says
yeah.
whatever.
It's fine, you don't really have to. We just pretend. It'll probably get some extra views. What even is this? Oh yeah, this is a Contra, right? Yeah. Did he? Jesus Christ. The whiplash is insane, holy crap.
Is there a
Please.
randomizer? Is there a randomizer that mixes like Super Mario World with I don't know Donkey Kong Country?
There's gotta be, like as soon as this came out, it kind of should have opened the floodgates for more combo randomizers because it's an amazing idea. Because like also, like I never mention it, and it's kind of self-evident, but um, you can find items for Super Metroid in Zelda and vice versa. And there's even a mode that like shuffles the keys in Zelda and also adds keys to Metroid. It adds like locked doors to Metroid, and those keys can be found in Zelda. It's insanity. Oh, it's crashing. Yeah, I guess it wasn't meant to be. Oh well. Which one is this? Let's just go with the first one. Ah, for God's sake. This freaking thing. This is just being mean on purpose.
Metroid 3.
Alright, Diddy.
Metroid Fusion says Metroid 4 at the beginning. They used to actually like put a number on
Yeah, that's right. So is Dread Metroid 5?
I think so.
Probably is, right?
I think it might even say it. I think it's Metroid 5. I really think it is.
Oh.
Like, there's like this strange idea. There's this like with Nintendo internally. There's like this thought that there's the Metroid canon strictly is like Metroid 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and that's it or something.
Mm-hmm.
And everything else is like a spin-off technically. So thankfully we kind of demoted Metroid Other M.
Mm-hmm. Well, is Other M was Other M considered canon, or is it just a
It
spin-off?
was. It was, but we're slowly forgetting it. Like it's
Yeah.
I think it's like I think it might not be real anymore.
It's one of those things where you can just kind of uh weasel your way around it and pretend it doesn't exist. If it ever comes
Um,
up again, it'll be really subtle about it.
it's so sad when you have a series of games and then it's just like, here's the bad one.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that? Why does that happen? Like,
I was just saying, like, we really need a bad persona to balance
yeah,
things out so that
driving me
SMT can
crazy.
get back in the spotlight.
Driving me insane. I'm tired of reading about Persona 5 when you're looking for a review about like something like a oh my god, there's a remaster of I don't know, let's just say Final Fantasy 9 and the review site is talking about it and it says, but really it's not Persona 5. And it's just like unbelievable. Like when
What the
SMT
hell?
5 came out, when SMT
Yeah.
5 came out, you would struggle to find a review that didn't mention Persona 5.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's this is supposed to be Persona 5.
All right.
Why isn't it Persona 5? I don't understand. It's
Why?
driving me crazy.
Why isn't Elden Ring Persona 5?
Oh my god, reviewers just can't get over Persona 5. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it was the same for 4 when that was the thing.
Yeah, I
Like
remember.
Persona 4
Oh,
was the talk of the town for like almost a decade.
I remember just constantly people talking about that, and I try to play them, and I just give up after a little while because the dungeon's a straight line with nothing going on, and then I
Mm-hmm.
just have to struggle in school for like forever. I don't understand.
Yeah, it
Um,
never really appealed to me.
tried, and I just give up after a while.
But people like that character-driven stuff.
Uh, like I don't know. It's just reviewers really like it. I don't know.
Simple as that, really.
It's like how reviewers like there's gonna like I wonder how much the industry is influenced by journalists and reviewers when stuff just comes out and it's just like reviewer core. Like it's just like
Mm-hmm.
open world crafting,
E-Tank.
survival, like like the same shit that just keeps coming over and over and over and over and over and over. Open world, perfect. Open world to me is just like synonymous with just like walking long distances and spray and pray on the map. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like I don't like how is this game not open world?
It
Like it's not, it is, but it's
well,
just it does.
it's got like it's not completely uh it doesn't have complete freedom, but the world is open. But it's
It's like
not open world.
it's these games aren't considered open world because they're interesting. Open world is when a game isn't interesting at all when you're walking around.
Yeah.
Wow, I love walking long distances to do nothing.
Yeah. Well, the difference between Zelda and Elden Ring is you clear a dungeon in Zelda, you get something that you're using for the rest of the game, and in Elden Ring, because it's open world, you get like a sword that's worse than the one you have,
Yeah,
or an
looking
armor
back
set.
on it, I played hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of Elden Ring. But looking back on it, my most significant memory is just running or riding the horse just straight across the same landscape I already did.
Hmm.
Remember just endless, just riding around the horse, trying to get somewhere. It's like, oh my god,
Well, yeah.
that's the game.
Yeah, it's something that's gotta get old eventually, but
I know, I'm just kind of over it. I'm
everyone's still
glad.
jumping on the bandwagon. And like Elden Ring did a real good job of it, and like Zelda did a real good job of like the wandering part of it, but like Zelda especially had like almost nothing else going for it.
Oh my god, Breath of the Wild's horrible. Like Breath of the Wild, make the world half the size, and those little temple dungeon things that you go underground to do
Hmm.
have half the amount and make them twice as big. Like,
Yeah.
do that. And for God's sake,
Oh,
make it so
right.
there's something good to get out of a chest. For the love of God,
Hmm.
has to be something good in a chest. It can't just be nothing. It can't be a sword that's worse than what I got and breaks in 10 seconds. Why is it so? Why did we all forget how to design worlds that need items to get through this places? Like, this game has like pegs in the ground you can't get through without a hammer, right?
Hmm.
Like, how come we forgot that? You notice that? Like, it's kind of gone.
Well, I don't know. Well, I mean, Zelda was the only one doing Zelda when you think about it.
Yeah.
Like who else did like was there ever a good Zelda like? I don't even think so.
Uh,
There was like there was a few back in the day that was kind of like Zelda 1, they were all right, but like Newtopia and the um on the TurboGrafx.
comes to mind is like I don't know, maybe like Chrysalis or
Damn it.
Beyond Oasis on the Genesis. There's like a few like top-down adventure, I guess
Mhm.
you could say. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's like I'm playing Metroid Prime Remastered again, and I mean, if you, it's hard to enjoy these things if you never stop playing them to begin with. It's just like you're just
Mhm.
playing it again. Like I can understand it. Oh, I haven't played this in 20 years. This is awesome, and
Yeah.
it's fun seeing Zoomers like rediscover it and be like amazed, like, oh my god, this is crazy. Like you go down into the planet, deep down and into magmor caverns, and you find this thing, and then you go all the way back to the top, and it turns out you can use that to get to this area.
Mhm.
Like it's this incredible feat. Like the game works like that. Like it's intertwined in that way. It's vertical. Like it does
Mhm.
all these strange things like that, and it's just like we weren't as amazed by that in 2002 because that was kind of normal. Like to have worlds that feel like the mechanically have a purpose to it. Like that back in 2002, we were amazed by like the immersion of it and the style and just how complete it felt. But nowadays, people are amazed by just the fact that it works like Metroid. Wow, I don't know. How do
Oh
they
shit.
do it?
Uh shit. Okay, one thing this thing game did is any area that requires any areas that's dark requires the lantern now, or
Yeah.
else you can't see anything.
Uh oh.
I'm not sure if I agree with that because now I gotta restart it.
Just can you walk back?
I can't, not in this particular room.
Is there a tool inside the emulator that lets you bypass that? Like if it's the darkness is a layer, is there a way around that?
Maybe, but I'm just gonna play by the rules and I'm gonna look around and like I never actually found anything useful, so I'll look around in Metroid a bit.
You ever think it was cool that the windshield on Samus's ship looks like her visor?
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
I always thought it looked like Samus's head.
yeah, it looks like Samus, the ship.
Hmm.
I guess it makes sense. They were both made by Chozo, so whatever. They're gonna make it the same way. I don't know.
Or like the Chozo were all confused and they thought maybe a suit for humans and a ship for humans should look exactly the same.
Yeah, I love how like the Chozo like you find the Chozo statues in this, and they have like their armor on, and it looks like Samus, the Chozo statues, but it's not. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's the way that Chozo make their armor, and then they made one for a human, so it kind of looks like a bird. It's
Hmm.
a little bit like it.
Okay, another thing you can set in the randomizer is to have the morph ball in its original location. And that's pretty crucial in Super Metroid. Like
Yeah,
exploring Super Metroid without a morph ball is just impossible. So you're pretty
yeah, that's true.
much like if you turn that off, you're locked out of Metroid
Oh my
until
god,
you
yeah,
find it.
like Diddy shrinks to use the morph ball, like this is Axiom Verge or something.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow,
I know.
that's cool. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, wall jump on those blocks with the faces on them. I always do this. If you know how to do the
Oh
wall jump,
yeah,
they shake.
they jiggle, don't they?
I figured that out when I was like 20 something, and I was like, I couldn't believe what I had discovered.
Yeah.
Why do they do that?
Why do they do that?
I don't know.
Like every
Are they
time I
alive?
play this game, I notice that.
Yeah.
Like every time I play it, I notice it for the first time. And it's like wait, how do I do this? Well, this isn't a good place to do it. Uh Oh shit. This ROM has the locked doors too. Oh god, this is gonna be extra hard. Oh yeah, wasn't there something?
On the roof here.
It was no, it's in that other room I can't get to.
It's in the other room with the uh, street bat or whatever it's called.
Yeah, yeah.
I think. But you can go back up here and you can open up some stuff to the left. I think.
Hmm.
How does Metroid crawl?
Why can't Diddy crawl?
Yeah.
Diddy's crawling most of the time. That like this is see this is what happens when you crawl, right? This is just somebody crawling. Well, sort of. Not really. But this is what happens when you crawl twice. You just double crawl and become
Yeah.
smaller. Yeah.
What? How come we can't run twice in
J-
real life?
just compress
Start
your
running, like, and then run again while you're running and go really fast.
Yeah, yeah. Mario can do that. Mario does that in multiple games. It's called P speed.
How come we can't backwards long jump in real life? God, imagine if there was an Olympic category for backwards long jump and people were trying to do it.
Uh-huh.
You have to run full tilt and then spin on a dime to face your back towards the pole vault thing, and then jump backwards and then crouch in midair.
Yeah.
That would be incredible. I just want Olympic athletes to try it on video just to see
Why
what it's
isn't there
like.
tech in real life?
Yeah, maybe there is.
Maybe there is and we're just not good enough to tell.
That's like that. For some reason I can never forget that one conversation where we were talking about cheating at the gym by exploiting registered weight.
Yeah, I know.
And
That
then
was a
lifting a bunch of.
legendary bit. That was
I know
just
you're
a.
you're cheating at the gym, lifting all these heavy weights, and you're like not getting any bigger, and you're tiny, and wondering how you're doing it.
Yeah.
You're just see there's weight and there's registered weight in the
Uh-huh.
game physics. You have to cheat it.
It's like a hidden value.
Yeah,
See, like, your actual size is mapped to a different value than your actual strength value.
yeah,
So you just manipulate your strength value, and then it doesn't change doesn't update the size value. It's simple.
yeah. It's like having a stat go so low it goes to 255.
Yeah.
I love that.
Uh-huh.
Like
Yeah, you could do that in real life too.
yeah,
Just like, see, the thing is, uh, most people like slack off their entire lives, no workout, they like have a heart attack and die. But if you can avoid that somehow, and you can keep like getting more out of shape, then
yeah. So all you have to do is stand on stairs, and you won't have a heart attack because they can't play the animation of you falling over.
yeah, yeah.
So you can go if you time it as soon as you're about to have a heart attack, stand on the stairs. You'll get over the heart attack. The heart attack will go by. You won't have it, and your stats will
Ah,
go to
damn it.
255. Your athleticism goes below 0 to 255. There you go. You just cheated it.
Hmm.
You're now an Olympic athlete. Just gotta stay on stairs for a long time.
You know, it's funny you mention that because the stairs in Link to the Past are so broken. There's like a dozen different tricks that involve standing on stairs.
Yeah, no stairs for every game. There's something special about stairs. I don't know if you knew that,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
stairs. It's has special properties on stairs. It's like
Hmm.
you can make a lot of weird stuff happen on stairs, like games where you can't die on stairs and stuff like that, and games where enemies can't use a certain attack if they're on stairs, and it's just
Ooh,
like so funny.
I got the blue tunic already. Not that it's actually useful, but super missiles. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. The interesting thing about this is when you like when you get super missiles and you get missiles and power bombs and you don't have the morph ball and you have to try to figure out where you can go in Metroid. It's crazy.
In I think it was Civ 2. Might have been Civ 3. I can't remember. But an earlier Civilization game. Remember how Gandhi had the lowest possible aggression stat,
Mm-hmm.
and but late game there was a way that he would have to go below minimum aggression stat,
Mm-hmm.
and he would loop over into maximum aggression. That was just the funniest thing ever, and I'm glad they kept it. Like it became a classic part of Civilization.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Gandhi has to be able to go completely nuclear in the late game.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's so funny, but it was a glitch. But
Yeah,
everyone just loved it, and they had to keep
yeah.
that problem. Like Gandhi is your best friend for the entire game, and then in the modern era, he will just unleash nuclear hellfire on everybody. It's so
Yeah, I wonder if that
it's
is that
funny.
predictive. Like if Gandhi was still alive, would he be like the ultimate like nuke throwing maniac?
Yeah, in real life, it
Would it
somehow.
would he be like a total genocidal like a monster?
I'm gonna I'm gonna nuke everyone and then nuke myself.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, he's just a freaking lit fuse at the end of the game. It's awesome.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I don't know. But it's funny, like the way stats work, the way numbers work.
Oh, don't you?
These guys, I hate these guys. They look like they don't belong in the game.
I
Look
know.
at them. They're not from this game.
Oh, there's
It's
the grapple
hilarious.
beam. I can't get that though. I gotta get rid of the tree first. I forget how to do that. Man, I really need
Look at those
bombs.
guys. Look at
Like
those
what?
guys. Yes.
Oh crap! Not gonna do that. There's like 1 or 2 items here that are just sitting there. Is that? Yeah, it's right here. Ooh. That's interesting. I forget what that does.
I forget what that is, too. Is that the running boot? Can you dash now?
Wait, which
Forget.
button was that?
A, I think.
Yes, yes, the running boots. Okay. Geez, now I'm embarrassed. I just forgot what they look like because they, like, you don't actually have to equip them. Like, they just stay in the menu.
This is so. When I was a kid, I thought this place was so strange because there's like fake Master Swords.
Yeah, they're all
What's
over
that?
the place.
Who put that there?
Wait, there's another one. There's some just lying on the ground here too. I gotta get. Not here. Ah, missiles. Okay, that's good. I didn't have missiles. I think that's all I can do.
Isn't it crazy how like every once in a while I'll look at this stuff and be amazed at how much they got away with such shitty hardware.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. And like Super Nintendo, uh, like you had Link to the Past, Mario World, Super Metroid,
Hmm.
F-Zero, you know,
Yeah, I know.
and you had you know,
Everything.
Yoshi's Island. Uh, there's a lot of stuff to play.
Mm-hmm.
Kirby Superstar. Uh,
Basically, all the best 2D Nintendo games are on the system. Like, like the vast majority of games that people remember fondly are on this one.
N64 doesn't have Metroid, which
Yeah, N64 doesn't have Metroid, and
is stupid, but it has Mirror 64 and Ocarina of Time.
yes, yeah, and
GameCube
those are
though,
legendary.
GameCube has Metroid Prime and Wind Waker and Mario Sunshine, and those
Hmm.
games they're not as universally loved. Um, and then Wii has more games that aren't universally loved, and the more you go on, the less games are universally just accepted as good. I don't know why.
Yeah, I guess so. Like there are more blunders as you go on. Like there are more other M's and
Skyward Swords. I hate that
Skyward
game.
Swords, yes,
I
and
really hate that. I honestly I think like if people were to just blind test people on Zelda, people who have played the series, I probably Skyward Sword would rank low. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess it would
maybe.
rank at like the bottom
Hmm.
because I
Well,
just see people hating on it all the time, and I hated it the second I turned it on. I hated it. I never beat it. I bought the game day one, I never
Jeez,
beat it.
that's pretty
Never beat
bad.
it. I gave up. I gave up on that, and I gave up on the DS games. I gave up on Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks. I never beat those three Zelda games.
Hmm.
I just couldn't do it.
Grapple hook already? That's crazy. All right. I think
How can the grapple hook and grapple beam be in this game at the same time?
yeah, I know, and they're both in Zelda. Um, but yeah, there's a quirk with the layout here where you can go into Metroid, and there's a if you manage to get into Brinstar, there's a portal there to Death Mountain,
Mhm.
leads straight to Death Mountain, so you can skip a lot that way. Now that I have the grappling hook, I can probably get into the dungeon there,
Yeah,
or I can get somewhere at least.
you know what's weird is that Link to the Past has Dark World. Like, what if they just made it so the Dark World was Super Metroid or something?
A Dark World in Super Metroid.
No, no, I mean the Dark World in this game leads to Super Metroid.
Oh,
You
huh.
know how it kind of exploit the fact that this already has another
Yeah, that's
world.
one way
Like,
to do it.
I don't.
Huh.
Eventually, every game has Light World and Dark World. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I know.
Like, Metroid has it in Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. I love that game. That it has. I hope that gets remastered, but it might
Hmm.
not be. It has Light World, Dark World. Link to the Past has Light World, Dark World. Um, yeah. Does Mario have it?
Uh, Mario 2 technically,
No.
if you count that. No, I don't think it does.
It will though eventually.
Hmm.
Um,
Oh right, I can't. No bombs. Yeah, the bombs can be really hard to find in Metroid. You just kind of gotta rely on not having them, which is crazy. Okay, so I have. I think
oh, it
this.
must be. It's probably funny looking when Diddy Kong bomb jumps. You
Yeah.
can. You don't have the bombs yet, so you can't go to the left. That sucks.
Uh-huh. I can't do that. I can't get back up.
Can you
Um,
missile it? I don't think you can.
I could. I can kind of jank wall jump up there, but the thing is, look, that door is locked, so I can't even. I can't even get there anyway. See it. The little B in the circle there. That's the boss key for Kateria. So
Okay.
where can I go?
God, Meridian must be fun in this.
Wait a minute. No, oh yeah, Meridia is fun. Meridia is always fun because you know what? Something I noticed after playing this randomizer is Meridia has almost nothing in it. Like it has no items, but it's huge, and you need if you don't have the gravity suit, then it's just like it's possible to get places, but holy shit, is it hard?
Yeah, it is like that in the original Super Metroid. It's designed to like make. It's designed like you want to try it. You can think you can make it. Mm. It's like everything is just close enough that you can
Hmm.
kind of make it, but
Yeah.
it's like tricking you into thinking you can do it. It's horrible. Go on,
Uh.
try it. Try it. Try that jump. Look, you can
Yeah.
make it. You're underwater.
I, I think the door leading to that Brinstar shortcut is power bombs, right? Or super. What's it called? Power bombs? Yeah.
There's bombs and power bombs.
Yeah. So I
But
can't get there. I don't think I can do anything in Metroid yet. I'll have to look
here's
around
space
more.
pirates. Pirates. Yar, matey.
Yarr. Why are these space pirates so weak? Are these guys naked?
I don't know what
Cause
space
like,
pirates are different in every game. They're just whatever they need them to be.
uh-huh.
Um, I have no idea why we're still calling them space pirates. Like, what are they really though? Like, you're not are you born a pirate? Like, what the hell are these things?
Yeah, they're like they never refer to the name of this race.
Like,
They're
space
always
pirates should be just any race, right?
they're just
Like, just
all
a bunch
space
of
pirates. Yeah.
random.
The Chozo should be called the bounty hunter race.
Yeah, bounty race, pirate race,
Uh-huh.
whatever Ridley's race is. They technically get into that in Metroid Other M, but it sucks.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, Ridley's like species. It's really stupid.
Uh-huh. Okay. Well,
I love Ridley. I love Ridley a lot in Metroid because he's the leader of the space pirates and this tactician and manager and like CEO of piracy.
mhm.
And he's a dragon
Yeah,
that
I know.
flies around in space. He flies through space.
Yeah, I know.
Like, it doesn't bother him to fly around in space. And he can deorbit himself. He can land on planets. Um, he's like partially cybernetic, and he's psychic, and he talks to the pirates through his mind.
I did
Pretty
I
it's
didn't know
pretty
that one.
incredible.
Oh,
It's
that's
pretty
cool.
incredible. Like, he's
Uh-huh.
psychic and does all these crazy. But it's weird that he's just a dragon, and you think, oh, he's stupid, but he's not. Kraid is stupid, but Ridley is like intelligent and like um the CEO of pirates.
Bombs. Got
Yeah.
bombs. All right. So since anything can pretty much just drop bombs, uh that's really good. Cause like then you got it made. Then you're open up like pretty much every bombable wall on on the world map. But also, wait.
I love at the beginning of Metroid Prime. Like, it's on my mind because I was just playing it, but Metroid Prime starts off like on the frigate that's orbiting the planet.
Ooh.
And the frigate blows up, and then you go down to the planet. But like when it's blowing up, like, you see Ridley like fly off the thing into space, like, with his wings,
Uh huh.
just flying overhead in space, like, with no atmosphere around,
Oh
just
yeah.
flying, and then he flies down to the planet. Like, this is insane.
Yeah.
It's amazing. The more you look at it, to think about it,
Mhm.
it's like the space station just being menaced by a dragon outside of the station.
Yeah, I know.
What the hell's going on?
It's kind of like
Tearing at it and shit.
it's kind of like how you never really think about how uh Bowser is actually a powerful magician who uses black magic and can
Yeah.
do all kinds of shit. But I mean, like, he sometimes teleports and stuff like that, but you never see him like cursing anyone. Like
Yes.
Bowser should curse people in a game.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Also, remember how Robotnik is like a lot faster than Sonic?
Yeah, I know.
He goes from 0 to max speed in a second, and there's many instances of Sonic not being able to catch him.
Uh huh. Yeah, I don't know what to say. His legs are longer.
He's way faster than Sonic.
Oh
I
shit.
mean, he competes canonically against Sonic in those Olympic games.
Uh huh.
So, you know, clearly it's a fair matchup.
Ah, this guy.
If those Olympic sports games with Sonic and Mario, I don't know how anybody could play as anyone other than him. I wouldn't be able to do it. I'd have to pick Robotnik every time.
Oh, what's this? big key for this. Oh yeah, of course. All right then. Oh, the lantern. Wow, I'm getting some pretty good stuff in this run.
What happens when you get the X-ray visor? That'd be cool.
Yeah,
Can you use the X-ray visor in dark rooms?
I have gotten that before. No, there are no dark rooms in Metroid.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's right.
It'd be friggin' amazing if you could use some of the items in each game.
Yeah.
Like
There's
if you,
dark room. Uh,
it'd be pretty easy to make it so that if you get the speed booster in Metroid, you get the running boots in Zelda's at the same time,
oh. Yeah.
or
There's
like
dark rooms
the
in
grappling
Metroid
hook and the
Prime.
grapple beam.
Yeah, Metroid Prime has dark rooms. That's pretty cool.
Oh
Just
yeah.
you can't see anything and you're just frigged. The game really ramps it up at the end, where you're in a room. There's complex platforming. The room is dark. There's space pirates everywhere, and Metroid's flying around, and you got to figure this shit out.
Uh-huh.
Why are games still afraid of like using dark for stuff? You ever notice that? Like everyone was blown away when Dragon's Dogma came out, and at nighttime it's actually dark enough that it's a problem.
Yeah, yeah.
That was so cool when that happened.
Uh-huh.
I love it. I love it.
Like even Dark Souls was afraid to do that.
Yeah,
And
Dark Souls
and
2 cocked and didn't do it.
and they've got dark in the name.
Yeah, I know. Dark Souls 2 just ended up with a completely broken lantern slash torch system that didn't mean anything.
Yeah.
It was much easier to go into the room, kill everything, and then light everything up,
Uh-huh.
which defeats the strategy of like thinking, do I take the sword or the torch? Well, no, it doesn't matter. Like the game's not dark enough for that anyway. Like it's you guys like see how dark everything is outside the lantern here.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. Like we should make that even more impressive. Like in Metroid Fusion, admittedly, there's a dark area that you need to light up or something later. Um, but the problem is, if you play it on the Game Boy Advance SP, it's bright anyway. Like
Really?
you can just see it anyway. Like it's not. Yeah,
uh
it was designed to work on the
oh
original GBA
shit.
screen, which was famously dark, right?
Yeah.
But SP and above, it's bright. You don't even need it. Like it's completely breaks it. It's so stupid.
That's pretty funny. Well, they should just set every palette to black.
Yeah.
Like that shouldn't be that hard, right? Or like swap palettes when swapped palettes for tiles when the player gets close to them or something like that. There's got to be a way to do it.
Yeah, all I know is that it's not as common as it should be.
Mm-hmm. Well, it'd be way easier to do now. Just like
Yeah, now it's easy, but they still don't do it.
just make everything dark. I mean, the lighting's like baked into the game now. It's like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Ah, shit. This is bad.
Hopefully Dragon's Dogma. Hopefully Dragon's Dogma 2 is dark at night. Keep that kind of idea.
Yeah.
And like no fast travel. Dragon's Dogma did a lot of weird stuff like that.
I know.
Like it's hard to fast travel. The world though isn't so big that you can't get around it, and it's dark at night. And you can design yourself and your pawn.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
and when you die, like when the game ends and you die, you're replaced by your own pawn, and you get to play as them. But you get to make another pawn, and that's like your next character on the next playthrough.
Uh-huh.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's cool. And also like there are random encounters in Dragon's Dogma, but they're like so well integrated into the map. It feels like that they're all scripted. You know what I mean? Like sometimes this like strong ass dragon will just appear and sometimes you can't fight it.
It's kind of weird that they announced Dragon's Dogma 2, and then, but yet we know that like the staff on that game have just been like went into Final Fantasy 16. We're kind of
Oh yeah.
we're kind of ending up with like a weird like we're getting Dragon's Dogma 2, and we're getting Final Fantasy 16, but Dragon's Dogma 2 was like devil may fantasy, and Final Fantasy 16 is like Final Dogma. I don't know what the hell. The
Final
games are
Dogma.
similar.
Yeah.
It's weird. The games. It feels like one of them shouldn't be coming out because they're gonna be. They should be almost the same
Yeah,
because
yeah.
of the way they're designed, and the staff are similar. Like
Uh-huh.
like Dragon's Dogma. People from the combat designer from that is like was from Devil May Cry. Worked on Dragon's Dogma. Is now working on Final Fantasy 16. But Dragon's Dogma 2 is coming out, so it's kind of defeating it. I don't know. They just said Final Fantasy 16 is going to have a 35-hour story mode, which is
35?
huge. That's huge for an action game.
Yeah.
Like that's
Huh.
insane what this game is going to like be like. If you could somehow have a long action game. I don't know how to explain it, but it's
Cause like,
kind of crazy.
how long did you take to finish FF7R? I'm
Uh,
thinking like 17 hours maybe.
FF7R. It took me like what was it, 40 hours or something like that to complete the story.
Uh-huh.
Something like that. 40 hours is average for Final Fantasy. But I did 100% complete in like only 103 hours or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Which
I
is not long.
I don't know why I remember it being short. It might have been like
Yeah,
30 hours or so, but
the game is the main game is a little bit short, but it's got a lot of padding.
mhm.
But there's so many boss fights that you don't notice. It's just packed with fights. It's insane.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but the post game for me in Seven Remake was a little bit not enough. Like I needed a little bit more. Like it was for usually like if when I want to like do everything in a Final Fantasy game and get content complete. Usually it's like 150 hours, something like that, to do every little individual thing. But it was only 103 hours in 7 Remake, which is short.
Mhm.
Like it's you know, but they're saying 35 hours just to beat 16, which is it's crazy for a game of that type. That's real time. It's not turn based.
Yeah, yeah.
So that means there's probably a lot of fights in that game. Because admittedly, a lot of your playtime for these turn-based games is it's just waiting your turn.
Mhm. And they can really just put as many fights as they want in those types of games.
Yeah.
Like it really doesn't. Like you can do like maybe uh yeah. You can do like 24 fights in a row and it like doesn't really tire you out unlike an action game.
Yeah. However, I think 16 has random encounters. I think people that played the demo, like the press demo or whatever, were saying like that there was some way like when you finish a fight that's quote unquote scripted because you're going through a dungeon and they're just standing there. You
Mhm.
beat them. There's a chance that reinforcements will arrive. Right?
Uh-huh.
So that's kind of how random encounters might work in that game, I think.
Hmm.
Because some people were saying that reinforcements showed up
Oh.
and
Huh.
you had to keep going, which is an interesting way to do it.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, people were saying they were surprised by the dungeon in 16. Like, they get the demo that they played starts in a dark dungeon with lots of little branching paths and stuff. That's it's interesting to see that in an action game. I don't know, but
Hmm.
then again, it's like, I mean, you're saying that, but people would just be like, well, we had Dragon's Dogma. It's kind of like that.
Yeah,
So
true.
it is interesting that it's just like this is Dragon's Dogma 2 kind of. Final Fantasy 16 is kind of Dragon's Dogma 2, but then we also have Dragon's Dogma 2.
Yeah, that's right. Are we cool?
Final Fantasy 16 even has the huge boss fights too that Dragon's Dogma kind of had. I like this place in the Dark World because the shop owner guy there is so ugly. It's hideous. I hate it.
Really?
You know those horrific alien-looking people in the Dark World?
Yeah, yeah. Um, there are lots of funky characters in the Dark World. I don't remember. I don't remember the one you're talking about though. I like the um, I like the weird goblin dude just kicking a guy around like a little Kirby shaped fella.
Yeah, yeah,
It's just what he does. He's living his best life. You can't.
yeah.
I think there's yep. Oh, this is just a fairy. Whoops. No bravalo. Yeah, I beat um Link's Awakening recently, and
Yeah.
it's kind of remarkable how much of a Link to the Past clone that game is.
It's remarkable that's a Game Boy game.
Oh yeah, I know it's amazing.
What did you think of the Eagle Tower? I think that's what it's called. The dungeon where you have to drop the floor down or something.
Yeah, that's nuts. Like,
Holy shit, that
see,
really was, took me a while to realize what was going on.
uh-huh.
It's crazy. I didn't even mind that it was all a dream. Doesn't bother me at all. No.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
so. I mean, it's a
The game
spin-off.
was the adventure was fun enough, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
It's about the journey, not the destination. I
Oh
thought
man.
when it was a dream, it was like endearing. Like I actually liked it. It was weird. It
Mm-hmm.
works in that game
Yeah.
because if you think about it, isn't the game actually really strange? Like there's like a chain shop just hanging out in town.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of other little subtle things that make it feel like it's not real. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if you noticed it,
Well,
but
I did notice the strange enemies from other Nintendo games like
yeah,
they start showing up more frequently as it becomes like more apparent that it's a dream. Like
yeah,
it teases it a lot. Like it pretty much tells you that it's a dream. Like before the last dungeon, and then you go into a dungeon. Well, you go into that bird dungeon, and there's just Kirby there. Like
yeah.
literally Kirby, and he sucks people up and
Yeah. Now, if only it could work the other way, and we could have a Mario game where it's a dream, and kind of like two. I think two was a dream, but it was a dream, and there's Zelda stuff around.
Mhm.
If you could do that, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't see much Zelda stuff in Mario. They should get on that. Oh. Anyway, we're cooking with propane now with all the stuff I got. I got the high jump. I got the speed booster. Think we're ready to go. Also, I love I can't get enough. Like I'm just addicted to the world design in Link's Awakening. Just the
It's yeah,
overworld.
it's very, very, very fun just to be here. I don't know what it is.
And like I just like to open like I do this when I'm not playing the game. Like I'll open up a PNG of the Link's Awakening map and just look at it
Yeah, I look
because
at it too all the
it's so fun sized and
time. Yes.
concise and
God dang it! What happened to fun-sized maps?
yeah,
Come on, make them
just
fun size.
I want them smaller. Just make them
Yes,
like
yes.
see how small we can go.
Yeah, that should be the new goal, an open world game where everything is crammed so close together. You got to kind of sidle yourself between areas.
Yeah, and it's also like man, like you can only see you can see so little in that game, yet it's hard to get lost because every single screen in the entire world map is distinct and has some
Yeah,
sort
you
of
can tell. You can tell where you are just by
eh,
looking.
it has
You
some
know,
sort of quality to it that the other screens don't have. It's crazy.
it's like the
Uh,
transition from like when I played Castlevania, the GBA games. I was playing them, and I could kind of get around without the map because each frame kind of like it led you to like the different area. You could see like, oh, this area is just a little bit unique in some way. But and then I played Castlevania: Lament of Innocence on the PlayStation 2,
mhm.
and I was just lost all the time. The
Oh
map
yeah.
is a million times simpler, but I'm lost all the time.
Mhm.
Like I was wondering, like, how is this possible? Like when I was like 12, I was like, I don't understand. How can I be lost in this game? It's way
Yeah.
simpler than the
Yeah.
GBA games. And then it's because in the on the PS2 there was a lot less to differentiate the rooms because of hardware limitation. But I mean,
Mhm.
the game looks really good, and I learned to like the game a lot when I was older. But I have to use the map in that game, which is
Yeah.
weird for it's weird for me that I need to use the map.
Uh-huh.
But
All the
this
2D
game,
games kind of mastered the art of making everything easy to remember. Like Super Metroid. Super Metroid can be memorized. Like
yeah,
you
oh
know
yeah,
where things are pretty much if you played it like right after playing it for
maybe maybe 3D open world games need to have a horizon that's really short, and you can always see the area you need to go to on the horizon.
yeah.
I don't know how that would work, but
Honestly, I will say in Elden Ring I like how the world's like a nice C shape and like Limgrave is here, Caelid's right next to it, then
yeah,
Liurnia's right above that, and
yeah.
then it just keeps going.
It's shaped like a shrimp.
Yeah, and
You
it's set
notice
up
that?
in such a way that you can't see the later areas from where you start,
Yeah.
but you can
The
see the
whole
rest
thing
of the
is
world.
the whole thing is the shrimp, and there's that guy who sells you shrimp.
Oh
Remember
yeah,
that? Like how why the shrimp themed world? Like what the idea behind that is?
I think
I
that's
had no
just
idea.
I think that's just referring to like the uh the sea creature theme they got going on. It's like lobsters and crabs everywhere.
Yeah. There's like little penguins.
Uh-huh.
They fly away, but they look just like a penguin, just
Oh yeah.
standing there, looking at the water, as penguins do, I guess.
Hmm. I could do a diagonal shine spark. Maybe get up to that area there. I'll try that. I think it's like pressing L and R or something. No.
No, you need to yeah, you need to come to a dead stop and then jump while holding the direction. Uh, you can wall jump the entire thing though. I wall jump all the way up all the time. It's just a little bit complicated. You can bomb jump it too. When I was a kid, I bomb jumped the entire thing.
Oh shit. Yeah,
I
but
don't know if
I
you have
I
bomb.
still don't have the bombs.
Oh my god, how can you not have the bombs?
Um, I even have the high jump and I don't have the bombs. The high jump is useless. Uh, yeah, the diagonal. There's a trick to the diagonal shine spark in this game. It's like R or something, stupid like that. It's like a secret move.
I remember
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
in Metroid Fusion, there's an area where you need to shine spark to
Hmm.
get an item. Like it's an optional thing. It's just like a missile tank or something. But
There we go.
it doesn't say in the manual that you
Shit,
can do it.
it's locked.
It's just something that you have to know from other games. It never shows you that you can do it in Fusion, and it's not in the manual.
Hmm.
But you need to do it to get a certain thing.
Jeez, I guess I'm going back to Zelda. Like, I simply don't have anything.
I wish the ship would take you to Zelda.
Yeah.
Zelda, the world of Link to the Past is contained entirely inside my ship.
There's some hardcore Metroid fan watching this. It's just like, no, you bastard! How dare you go back to Zelda? The my favorite games get no screen time here.
Yeah, both. I don't know. I love both of these games, but I prefer Super Metroid. But I love Link to the Past as well.
Uh, hold on. Oh, I got 200. I can go to the there's a merchant in the town I can go to. Hmm.
When Super Metroid came out, people it was like part of the marketing was how big the file size was.
Oh yeah.
Remember that? I don't know if you saw that, but it was like
Which
I
one?
forget how many
What
Super
game?
Metroid. I
Oh,
forget
Super
Super
Metroid.
Metroid. I forget how big the file size was, but it was
Oh.
like part of the marketing. That's so weird to
They
me that there
used to
was a
do
file
that
size.
sometimes. Like they used to
Yeah.
say like this game is 10 megabytes.
Uh,
This game takes up an entire CD.
yeah, and I have games where if you read the back, it says like 200 voiced lines.
Uh-huh.
Like it's just like stuff that's just obvious now, like real time lighting.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. It's just it's weird to me that games used to actually be able to get away with on the back of the box saying that it had over 2 hours of FMV cutscenes. Like people, that's like a bad thing now.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. They should bring back FMV. See how
Oh
people
yes,
react.
bring back Tex Murphy FMV characters. Just
Oh jeez.
yeah, dude. Um, yeah, Super Metroid is the third installment in the Metroid
No,
series.
that's
What's
not
it?
it.
Yeah, it had a 24 megabit or 3 megabyte cartridge size. It was the largest video game in the Super Nintendo at the
It's
time.
3 megabytes. Holy shit.
Super Metroid file size, the ROM, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, dude, this is crazy. But anyway, uh, let's see.
Oh, I forgot about a house in here. Which one was it? Yeah, this one. Oh no, that's not it. Well, here's the merchant anyway. Heart container. Oh yeah. There is another house, I think. Which one? Ah, this one.
Imagine if we did that same kind of logic with a new game, and we Like the new Call of Duty, when in its ads, it said 200 gigabytes of action.
Yeah,
People would be
yeah,
like, "No, sir."
that'd be the biggest turnoff. Like they
Oh,
should just like do everything to hide the file size. Make it so that the when you put the disk into a computer, it displays the wrong file size
yeah, it's like
just
one
to
of
trick
those
people.
uh, Chinese external hard drives where it shows you the wrong file size.
Yeah, yeah, use
And
that
you try to
same.
use it, and sure enough, it's not that big. Like,
Uh-huh.
but just do the other way. Like, oh, see the, it's not that big. This game's only 20 gigabytes. And then you just run the installer, and it's installing for 2 days, and your computer is stuffed with 600 gigabytes of hardcore Call of Duty action.
Oh yeah.
Not a single thing optimized. Not one thing compressed.
Oh.
Let's go. Oh my god.
This Call of Duty game comes with a completely uncompressed uh version or file of the B movie just in the files.
I
You
mean,
can't
why
play it.
not? Why not these days, right? Why not?
Yeah.
Like, it's just, we're not even bothering to optimize anything. We're not bothering to compress anything. We're not bothering to program stuff. Like, we're just recording an uncompressed video file of something and putting it in
Hmm.
instead of actually programming credits now. That's real. This happened. There's unprogrammed in credits for some game where it's just a black screen with text that goes by. Um, and but it's not. It's a file. It's literally a movie. Uncompressed movie file. I think it was Halo. Had like a 2 gigabyte movie for the credits,
Yeah.
and it was just text.
I'm pretty sure that was Halo, yeah.
Christ, we
That
don't
is
even care
nuts.
anymore.
Uh-huh.
Why do we not care about that? Why do we just got to step on people with shitty internet or small hard drives that don't want to sit there forever? Like, god dang, why are we doing that? I just downloaded the Super Metroid ROM just to see how big it was. Yeah, it's 3.145 megabytes of non-stop, action-packed, thrilling uh, sci-fi adventure. Isn't that amazing?
Awesome.
Yep.
All right. Power bombs acquired. We're ready to go.
All the huge adventures we went on in our childhood were all done with almost no RAM.
I know.
Like the PS2
The
has 32
PlayStation
megabytes of RAM.
the PlayStation 2 had 32 megabytes.
Yeah, of
Imagine.
RAM,
Like
and it ran Final Fantasy 12. It ran Metal Gear Solid 3. Like,
yeah,
these games look incredible.
your
They're enormous.
your operating system uses 200 at least right now.
Holy shit.
Like
Holy shit.
you can't operate a computer without using 32 megabytes of RAM. It's
Yeah.
impossible.
Yeah, I know. Like, I'm just looking at the PS2 stats right now. 32 megabyte system RAM, 4 megabyte video RAM, 8 megabyte memory card. Holy shit.
Harpies.
Really insane what we were able to get away with in the PS2.
Hmm.
Specifically that. Like,
I remember hearing
doesn't.
some insanity about how Devil May Cry 1 couldn't have more than two enemy types in a level or like in an encounter. because of the RAM limitations. Yet, uh, yet the system runs Final Fantasy X. So what's going on
Yeah,
there?
I don't know. They just
The system runs DMC3. Like what's going on? What's
like
the difference?
well, systems get as developers get more comfortable with how these systems work, they learn the tricks, right?
Mhm.
Um, they learn how to get more out of it. But I think that's going away. We're starting to lose that ability.
I
Like
think
we're
so, yeah.
starting to like because consoles are just becoming PCs. So we're not having to learn tricks. So we're kind of just it's a lost art of making these games. Like can't like look at like Mario World looks like shit,
Mhm.
but then by the end of it we have Yoshi's Island, right? It's it's spooky how these things work.
Yeah.
Um, just what we were able to do with nothing. It's it boggles my mind that we had San Andreas on the PS2.
Yeah, that's right.
It runs on it like
San
it
Andreas,
runs.
like, San
It
Andreas
runs.
gives modern open world games a run for their money, honestly.
It runs on the PS2, and the definitive edition is a complete pile of garbage. And it came out on hardware that is vastly superior to the PS2. Give me a break. I don't. That should be illegal. Is
Uh-huh.
anybody in jail over the definitive edition?
Yeah,
Have we
yeah.
got anyone in jail yet over that?
Oh shit, now I can't save. Alright, save state time. Okay. Wait.
Just right off the bat, um, can you guess how much RAM the Atari 2600 had?
Oh shit.
Just right off the top of your head.
Um. Aw man. I feel like I'm gonna undershoot. 16 kilobytes?
No, you're way overboard.
Oh no.
You're over. Holy shit.
No, that was probably like the NES or something.
Yeah, you're getting more into the newer stuff there. The Atari 2600 um, had 128 bytes of RAM.
Okay. Alright.
Like the
I
RAM
believe
you would need, like the RAM you would need to store like a word in a text file. Like it's,
I believe that with no proof whatsoever.
I'm looking at it right now. The console has 128 bytes of RAM.
Oh my god.
Although additionally, you could get a little bit more from the cartridge because it had cartridge hardware. But the
Uh,
system has 128 bytes of RAM.
128 bytes. What can you even do? Like,
I don't know. Well, you had to use Venetian blinds technique to show a chessboard.
uh-huh.
Like that's how crazy that shit is.
Yeah.
But it's. Did you ever see what people are doing on the Atari now? Like just the little proof of concept stuff. If you're really good at it, like what you can display on the Atari, it's so cool. Like you know how people do those cool keygen things, right?
Huh.
Those little keygen graphical display things just to flex.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, people still make those for fun on the Atari.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah,
it's
the
pretty cool.
there's like there's this lost art with the game rendering where you you add code to that executes like when the screen is about to draw a line, and then so like it like say you want um like the palette to change. You do that when it's drawing like when it's done drawing one line and it's about to draw the next line, and then somehow that I I don't even know. It's crazy.
Yeah, these really old consoles, I don't understand them at all. It's crazy because they don't have tiling engine like we're used to with these old 2D consoles that are old now.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't have application specific what the fuck's it called? I can't remember right now. Like there's a hold on here. Yeah, they don't have application specific integrated circuit. They don't have tiling engine. They don't have any of this. I don't even know. I don't know how any of it worked, but it's really something.
Mm-hmm.
These keygen, I call them keygen videos. That's not what they are, but that's how I interpret it. Like just graphical. It's like people should people like people should make their own keygen graphical flexing video
Mm-hmm.
with official games and call it a keygen anyway
Yeah, yeah.
to give you the experience.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, it's like no one's gonna remember how to do any of that stuff soon. It's just gone. Like nobody,
Well,
like
they're they're
probably nobody at Bethesda right now can do that.
yeah, but there are enough tinkerers out there that like some people are willing to learn just out of curiosity, right?
What can you like? What would GPT like 4 or 3 now like? What would it come up with if you gave it the operating parameters of the Atari and told it to code, I don't know, just a movie? Like just
Hmm.
like a thing. Like what would it try? Can you do that? Can you give it operating parameters that are very specific? I know that
I don't know.
GPT-4, I know that GPT-4, I think it's in like closed beta right now or whatever, like it's not public, but somebody said GPT-4 coded a working game of Snake in like a second.
Yeah, but it lifts code from GitHub too.
Yeah.
So it's basically like a
Like,
much easier Google search as
and
it is.
yeah, I got I got a weird invitation to try GPT-3 powered browser assistant that I
Hmm.
declined because I thought it was malware. And then I looked and it was real.
Really?
I'm like, what? Yeah,
Huh.
I just got this pop up saying, "Do you want to try this
You got like
thing?" And I'm
a
like,
random offer to try a what is it?
yeah, I thought I
An
declined it
extension?
because
About
it's some
browser
kind of
extension?
extension it's a browser extension that works for Brave that's powered by AI that helps you search for shit. I don't know.
Oh.
I looked
Huh.
it up after the fact, but I declined it because it said this is malware, but it's not.
Weird.
Yeah,
It does
and
sound like malware.
yeah, it
Weird.
does, but it's not because I went on Reddit and people were talking about it. Um, yeah. So I wonder, like, what GPT would like try to do for a keygen video. Like maybe it'll
Yeah.
do something.
I don't know.
Interesting.
It it might be able to like make original code eventually. It's just like it's a mechanical process, right? So you should be able to train an AI to do that. I mean,
It will, and
God knows if you can train an AI to generate images based on nothing, then like
that's way harder than making a game.
exactly.
That is way, way, way more complicated than that. Video. There is AI generated video out there that looks really creepy and weird. But like, did
Yeah.
you see that video of the teddy bear doing the dishes?
Yes, yes.
That
The
that
the
was generated by
the
AI.
with the weird human-like hands.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah. So I know. I mean, like, I wonder, like, because there's leaks right now. Like, I was on the gaming leaks and rumors subreddit, whatever it's called, and the new Wolverine game that's gonna be like the new Sony exclusive, like, and I think the next
Uh-oh.
Spider-Man game. I might be wrong, but they said they're gonna be using a brand new um voice technology or something, and I was like, what the hell is that? Like, they didn't say what it was. In the back of my mind, I'm wondering if we're going to use AI to make our voice actors say things that they didn't record for the game. Like, I'm just wondering about that. I don't know. I have wondered what it would be like to incorporate text AI into an RPG, to actually have just like trillions and trillions and trillions of unique dialogue for NPCs that actually sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, would that be okay? Like, would people think that was weird? Like, I don't know.
Damn it. I'm stuck now.
Because this AI
Oh
stuff
wait,
will
no I'm
come up
not.
with incredible. This text AI will come up with fantastic little stories and
Yeah,
like
it's pretty fun.
fun poems and like
Uh,
just like stuff like I don't
it's
know.
like
It's gonna
it's a
be
good entertainment tool as it is, as it
uh
stands. Cause like
yeah,
you can just ask it like whatever you want. You can just ask it for it, and it'll
yeah,
try to
but
give you something.
the developers will often go back and cuck it and make it so it can't do certain things because but people were getting around it by like people were trying to make it like they try to design these AI so they can't say gamer words
Mm-hmm.
and but what people were doing was asking it to operate as if it wasn't controlled by these limitations
Oh yeah.
and getting it to work because it's an AI. You can trick it into not listening to its own like
Oh yeah, I remember that.
programming.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Like tell it to act as if it's like I don't know. Tell it ask it something in a roundabout way, like you would manipulate a person.
yeah, I saw that. They
It's
and
kind
they
of like it's
I,
actually kind of like interrogating a human being in some ways.
yeah, like you can get it to say naughty things if you just make an overly verbose roundabout way of putting it in a situation where it has to say it.
Uh huh.
It's yeah.
All right. Whew. All right. I always thought these dudes had like a pair of lips on top of them. See what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I found out this trick for live streams where I found this out in a weird way. Like I was watching uh one of those streams of people who just stake out SpaceX.
Mm-hmm.
Like they just kind of they run those like unofficial streams where they're just watching the rocket forever. And they said everybody make sure you're trying to run the stream at faster than normal speeds. I was like, what?
What?
So what you go down to the playback speed, right? And you set it at 2 times for a live stream, and it will actually speed up the stream a little bit for a second. Like I'm doing it now, and it'll
Oh,
speed
perfect.
it up until it gets to the point where it's um, up to date as much as it can possibly go. Right?
Uh huh.
Like it'll speed up. And I just did it, and it just stopped now.
Yeah.
So I'm now ahead like 2 seconds. So now I'm back to where you actually are. Like you're going through this door now, right?
Oh, what the heck?
Right? See how I just did that?
I didn't know you
Yeah.
could do that.
Yeah, you can speed up a stream to get up to date to the latest possible thing. Because they were saying that, okay, everybody make sure you're trying to run this at 2 times. So it's like
Huh.
a freaking little life hack for YouTube to get up to date on a stream. Like, I don't know why. It's like,
that is freaky.
it works. Yeah, I'm doing it now. Like, I'm up to date now. But the longer I leave it go without trying to play back it 2 times, the more out of sync I get.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm thousands of light years away, moving close to the speed of light, so I'm getting out of sync.
Yeah,
But
of
I
course.
can just speed up and I can get back up to date. Like it's a little hack for everybody. Everything that's a trick, we're just gonna call it a hack.
Yeah.
Eventually, no one's gonna know what that word means. It's one of those words, I think.
Hack.
Yeah.
Well, hacks aren't going to be possible once they like completely lock down all devices,
Yeah,
so that
you need to be on.
you can
You
no
can
longer
only
make
play this.
programs.
Yeah, you can only play this game on a Windows 11 machine that was bought with Windows 11, and you registered every single component with your Microsoft account with
Hmm.
Microsoft, so that every single driver and every single piece of hardware has its own unique one-time signature approved by Microsoft, and you can't. Blah, blah, blah. God, freaking driving me nuts. Like I already can't get on the Microsoft Store, and the Microsoft Store is like Windows 10 and I think 11 exclusive, and all that's on it is just Microsoft programs for free, like things. So, like, like I'm not on these modern
Oh
Windows
my god!
operating systems, but like I needed to download. Oh, screw attack! I
I
needed
just
to
hit the
download
jackpot.
like I needed to download Wi-Fi analyzer or something. I
Uh-huh.
just wanted to look at my router stats to see if I can make it faster. And then in order to get that though, I need to get it off the Microsoft store.
Oh yeah.
Not just on their site, it's on the store. It's free. It's just a program. It's free. But it's on the Microsoft store.
It's free
But
on the store. Yeah.
in order to get
Simple
on the
enough.
store, I need Windows 11.
I mean, it should be obvious, right? Yeah.
Like what's going on? Why do I need to get your program off the store? I don't know. I don't know. God dang it. Eventually
Now,
it's going to be literally impossible. I know it's coming.
now, geez, like I don't know what it is with this place, but it always stumps me.
What am I supposed to do?
I don't know. It's like so I've tried the missiles. I've tried the super missiles. Now, if I try the power bombs, will it work? No. No, I don't think that worked. Um, what do you think? Any ideas?
Man, this is the one. This is like this game's Carnival Night Zone Sonic 3 platform where you have to hold down. Like it's the one thing people don't seem to understand with this game.
Yeah,
What?
it's understandable.
Whoa. Yeah, and this is so popular. This stupid thing. It's referenced in other games. Like Metroid Prime has this exact thing in it. It's stuck in there as a reference.
Yeah, I
It
know.
is. It's so funny.
Doesn't Dread have it too?
I think so. David
Um,
Jaffe's gonna love it. Don't tell David Jaffe. That
yeah,
shit ass.
yeah, yeah. He never made it to this part.
He
I'm sure.
completely lost his mind. He's completely out of it now.
He
Like, oh
has
my,
he has
holy
incredible
shit!
takes.
What's what's
His takes are premium content.
what the hell is he talking about half the time? I don't
Yeah.
know. He needs to get off the internet. He's like a boomer that just like couldn't handle the internet. Like, he's just totally taking everything to heart. Like he
Uh-huh.
can't
Uh-huh.
stand anything. He's just become one of these people who their life is just eventually it's just about the trolls, no
Yeah.
matter what. That's so sad.
It's
Of
it's
David
it's
Jaffe
because
of
it's all because he doesn't understand Metroid Dread.
he couldn't understand that you just need to shoot this thing to make the block go away so you can go forward.
They tell you that breakable blocks are sometimes invisible, but they didn't tell
Yeah,
you twice or something like that, and that's
it's the
why he had
most
trouble.
it's the most streamlined and user friendly Metroid game. You got stuck. What? He's gonna freaking kill himself when he gets to the old game. Like David Jaffe of Twisted Metal and God of War fame.
Yeah.
These storied PlayStation franchises, like stumped by baby's first Metroid. Even though I really like that game, not getting on it.
Hmm.
I was pretty confused in Fusion when there was a room in Fusion where the save room had a breakable block,
Oh,
and
really?
I was like, "Whoa, this is weird." Like I never seen like you're not supposed to do that.
Hmm.
See how that save room was there?
Yeah.
Like it's sacred. The save room is sacred. You're not supposed to
I guess that,
put a
like,
thing in it.
yeah, I guess
Yeah,
that's
but
true.
there's one moment in Fusion where there's a one breakable block in a save room, and I'm just thinking like you have broken some holy scripture here. I think like you were an affront to God. I
Uh-huh.
think you've somehow unbalanced the world by doing that. It's strange. This should go to Kraid, I think.
Yeah, but I think there's a boss key, yes. So I can get,
Yeah, Kraid. Look how I always Kraid's layer is so weird. It's just a long,
I
like
know,
it's just like
and it's placed, like, behind a, like an illusory wall right here. And you go in here, and it's just this weird otherworldly room, and this is
yeah.
Kraid's lair.
I always thought it was strange.
Uh-huh. It is strange.
Like he wasn't originally supposed to be in this game. Like his little area is so totally disconnected from stuff and looks totally different. Kraid's lair. It's just like it always felt to me like it was stuck in after as an afterthought.
Hmm. Anyway,
Kraid
since
will often Kraid gets demoted a lot in these games. Like he was supposed to be in Metroid Prime, but he got demoted. Yeah. But he's back in Dread. That's good.
yeah, yeah, it's Meridia time.
I don't just at the top of my head, I don't think Kraid has been fought in 3D yet in any way. It's
Oh,
interesting.
yeah, yeah. There's a like a early screenshot of him in Prime,
Yeah,
and
he was
then
gonna
like
be
that's
there,
it.
but he got he got demoted.
Uh,
It's sad that nobody really minded.
yeah.
Um, but if I was like in like the office where they're working on Metroid Prime 4, I make sure that in the freaking the story breaking room or the writers room, whatever you call it, on the
Hmm.
whiteboard at the very top would be like Kraid has to be in this game. That would be the
Yeah.
top. That would be right at the top. He has to be here. Like he has
Uh,
to. We have to fight him in 3D because it would be cool because he shoots platforms out of his stomach
yeah, yeah.
and you have to jump on them and stuff, and that might be pretty cool. Especially now because we have multiple stick controls. We don't
Hmm.
have to just not look down. Like
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
original Metroid Prime, you didn't really look down per se. Like,
No. What's Diddy doing anyway? He's not moving, and he must be casting magic missile.
yeah. I feel bad for people that still didn't get their Metroid Prime remaster.
Oh yeah.
People that pre-ordered and they're still waiting for like April something. I got mine, but I got mine like early for earlier than most people, but yet it's still late because it was a pre-order. My pre-order was technically like a week late, like
Hmm.
a week and a half or something like that, which is not as common as you think on Amazon.
Oh yeah.
Amazon usually will get the game to you if you pre-order like on the right day. But something with this game, like Nintendo didn't make enough or something. I don't know.
Huh. Okay.
I still haven't seen it at Walmart. Yeah,
All right. I got where I can go. I understand. Yeah, I'm glad there's a physical version of that. Like it would have been real easy to cuck everybody and just make it digital only. Do it. Do the spin. Come on. Give me
really fast.
missiles, please. Oh God.
The screw attack is in Metroid Prime too. It's pretty cool. It actually works in that game.
Oh.
Like there's these vast caverns that you need to jump across,
Hmm.
and you have to use the screw attack. It's pretty cool.
Does it go to
It's
third person?
yeah, it goes to third person while you're doing it.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty insane.
Hmm. Uh,
No speed booster. Nobody has made the speed booster work in Prime 1, 2, or 3.
yeah, that sounds
Prime
really
4.
difficult.
Yeah, it sounds almost impossible, but because designing a 3D map that incorporates speed booster, like
Hmm.
I don't even want to think about that. Metroid Prime 4 boardroom whiteboard. Kraid,
Ah,
speed booster. Let's do it.
I love this room.
Yeah.
The little turtle guy, and you gotta use him to get up here.
Yeah, there's this game. What's weird about this game is that some rooms have completely unique creatures that are just there. That
Yeah,
just hang.
yeah, I love that. There's just like the rooms that just have animals that aren't really a threat. They're not enemies. They're just there.
Yeah. There's Edikun, the Choras, that thing. I like that. Do you remember that like caterpillar thing that walks end on end, and as it moves, it breaks blocks for you? You see
Oh
that
yeah, yeah, yeah.
thing? Like
The
what
little
even is it?
mysterious machine. Yeah.
It's kind of like those things from Elden Ring. Remember those eyeball worm things that just jiggle around, and they're never a
Right.
threat, and nobody knows what they are.
Uh huh. Uh huh. They're there for speculation.
Yeah, they're there for lore tubers to just fawn over for. They're there for lore tubers to do a quick retrospective on, and you look in the video is 40 hours long.
Yeah.
A brief retrospective on those strange enemies from
Huh.
Elden Ring.
It.
40 hours.
Let me tell you, it is impossible to joke about that. Like it's impossible to make it sound absurd when there's like a 10-hour critique of Dark Souls 2 which has a 10-hour rebuttal to it.
Yes, I know. I
There's like
saw
a
this.
there's a response to it. And it's the same length, if not longer.
God, what's happening? What are people doing? What's that? What? I don't understand.
I guess I'll just keep grinding.
Here's my 15-hour review. Dark Souls 2.
Yeah.
Here's a 20-hour long rebuttal, and then make a video that says no, actually the rebuttal was wrong, and this video is 30 hours long. And
Uh-huh. Listen, guys. I'm pretty sure Miyazaki doesn't like Dark Souls 2. I'm pretty sure he thought it didn't come out right. I don't think you need to inform him of that. I don't think any of the devs like Dark Souls 2. They want to do more with it. They wanted. I got a suspicion that they wanted Dark Souls 2 to be more like Elden Ring.
yeah, yeah. Eventually, after a few more decades, it'll be completely impossible to prove that anything is bad.
Uh huh.
It'll be impossible because as soon as you say that I don't think this thing is good, there'll be 900,000 hours of critique leveled against you, and you're just like, guys, I just don't think it's that good. Wait, well, source?
Source?
Source? You got a source for why it's not good? I don't know.
It feels weird, man. It feels weird. Feels weird to play.
Source? Oh,
I don't like how your character turns around.
source?
I don't like the jump arc.
Where's your source for that information?
My hands. That's my source.
You can't use that as a source. These balloon creatures, they're great.
Mm-hmm. Also, what are these obelisks in the back of Meridia? In the background.
I don't know.
It's just a huge array of obelisks. Give me a missile, you bastards! You stupid crabs! A missile, please! I beg you.
This is like like I can't. This is like the one thing, like one of the very few things Other M had good was that it would let you, if you needed one missile, you could charge up one.
Really?
Yeah, you could always have one. It's a
Oh,
pretty good idea.
that is a good idea.
That's all right. That's all right.
Because I am like, I'm running out of enemies to kill here. And it's probably just going to be rupees or something. 'Cause as I said, there's like three items in Meridian. It's like, okay, here we go. There we go. Jeez. Alright, let's see what this is. Damn it. Where'd my 5th missile go? God damn it. Did I shoot one? There. God. Okay. No! Why is everything a missile door? Okay. Missiles, come on. No! This is crazy. I'm losing my bananas here. I'm going bananas. Diddy Kong's driving me bananas. They're not even dropping anything anymore. Okay, I'll come back. God damn it. I got shit to do, bro. I'm a busy man. I can't be doing this all day. Oh wait, these things. I was just thinking, you know what they gotta start doing?
What?
They gotta start porting characters into other games. Somehow. Like, I should be able to play as actual Diddy Kong.
With the Diddy Kong mechanics.
Yeah. Like, we give him something so he can get around, like a wall jump, and that's good enough. All he needs is his roll, right?
Mm-hmm. We
Okay,
just
there.
finished. We just finished that piece of shit Donkey Kong Country show. Still a little
Yeah,
bit traumatized thinking about Diddy,
the
thinking
first
about them
season.
Kong.
We
Yeah, well,
finished the first season of that.
uh,
There's still more to do if we
oh,
want to go back to that.
it's so boring.
It's awful.
It's
Like, it's
lame.
so much less fun than Super Show.
Yeah, I know.
And like the other, like, to say nothing of the other Mario shows, those are pretty bad too, but
These freaking Deke
Super
shows
Show
are
is
based.
Super Show is pretty
Maybe
sick.
Deke Deke is freaking was killing it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like all their shows are complete horseshit, but they're like way more fun than Donkey Kong.
Uh-huh.
There's like there's like 2 or 3 episodes of Donkey Kong that aren't just a complete slog to fight through. Like now, if only the Donkey Kong Country show had a live action segment hmm. with people dressed up as Donkey Kong and Diddy.
Yeah, just a couple famous actors in monkey costumes. Oh shit. Oh god, don't kill me. Don't kill me.
If only if only the Mario movie came out on March 10th.
Yeah, they were close. Like, you could tell they wanted to get it out on March 10th, but they couldn't do it.
Would it have killed you to use 5% more of your ass at
Hmm.
work? Just
Just
more?
5% more ass.
Everybody just did that. It would have been out March 10th. Is there a 2D Homer sprite for Metroid in this?
No.
Like a side-scrolling sprite, I mean?
No,
Doesn't matter.
they have different sets of characters.
Uh, you should be able to get Hank Hill. Hank Hill would be great.
Ooh, I got the cape. Alright. Ah,
That's
shit.
so you can, believe that's the invisibility cape, I think.
Uh-huh.
I forget sometimes just how many cool things are in Link to the Past. How many awesome items this game has.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
3D games have nothing compared.
I'm waiting for a 3D Zelda to have the Rock's Feather.
Yes, we've been saying that. I think we've been saying that to each other for like 20 years.
Yeah,
Weren't we
I think
saying
so.
that like 20 years ago?
Uh,
Wouldn't it be cool if
we
we had
we
the rock feather?
we probably said it on the channel like 16 times already.
Yeah, I know we said that like way before YouTube. I
Hmm.
think I remember saying that. Like, wouldn't it be awesome if you could just like get the rock's feather and like Link, you can just jump when you want. But that was before Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. Turns out there are enough buttons on the controller that you can just give Link a jump, and it doesn't really
Yeah.
hurt too much.
Yeah, although I do hate the controls of Breath of the Wild. I beat the game all the way through and still was not used to the controls.
Hmm.
Did you have that problem too?
I I guess it's
There's something.
non-conventional for
Just
sure.
feels like there's something wrong with the controls in that game. I can't. It's hard to explain, but I
Mm.
remember just doing something wrong very close to the end of the game. which shouldn't ever happen.
Yeah,
By the time you finish a game, you shouldn't be making any input errors.
right.
It's just if that's happening, there's something wrong. It also just feels awkward to pause and just go into your flip around your menu, just eating an apple or something. It's just, ugh, just something stupid about it.
Hmm.
Hold on, let me pause and eat 40 apples real
I
quick.
know. Yeah, it's not good.
I don't know. There's just a lot of stuff in Breath of the Wild that probably should have just been redesigned completely. I don't know.
Hmm. Well, the thing
Weapon
is, they
durability.
they did redesign it completely. Like, there's
Yeah.
nothing like any of that in older Zeldas. Like, you don't even use. I don't think you use potions in the menu. You use them like in the world, like you're supposed to.
Um. Yeah. I don't know. I hope weapon durability is gone for
Hmm.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, they gotta just get rid of that.
I don't care what argument anybody makes. Like
Well,
it's not fun.
I'd be willing to argue that it's acceptable, but I wouldn't be willing to argue that it's like there's a justifiable purpose for it that's worth
Like
the trouble.
they want to have it so your menu doesn't fill up with weapons, but it just fills up with other things anyway. So it
Yeah,
doesn't. It's
it
not
does
real.
fill up
It's not
with weapons. Like
like
you're
it's
always finding weapons that you can't keep because like you only have like 6 weapon slots or whatever.
yeah. The worst thing is that you use weapons to mine for items, like use as a pick, basically,
Hmm.
for breaking things. But the problem is that since you have weapon durability, you don't want to waste your weapons as a pick when you're breaking things. So you use the Master Sword as a glorified pick.
Uh-huh.
It's the stupidest thing ever.
Yeah.
Like, but you've reduced the Master Sword to an ice pick.
Hmm.
Hold on, let me just mine for some things. Take out the Master Sword to mine. Like,
Yeah.
no, it's not right.
And there's just like they could have just added a mechanic like aside from adding health and adding stamina that that's attached to some sort of item
Yeah, give
and
you. I know they don't want to have any items in that game. They don't want to have any items that you get. They just want to have everything work with the Sheikah Slate because
hmm
they're stupid. I know it would be really hard to put in a pick. I know that sounds really complicated and we shouldn't do it, but maybe
hmm
we should just have a pick or a shovel like we had in the old games. Like I know it sounds counterintuitive and not Zoomer friendly, but
hmm
maybe we could have had a pick. You know. Uh, I just hope the world's more complicated and actually has items that are good that that work in the world and has dungeons that are real,
hmm
has stuff closer together, has
yeah
things and chests that are good, things that are fun to find. Has heart containers.
hmm
They're fun to find.
yeah
It's not fun to find a little thing that I can expend to increase my health. I want to find the heart containers again. I want to just like maybe not every single enemy needs to drop this weapon. Maybe
hmm
we'd have. I don't want to just fight somebody and then spend a minute in the menu trying to figure out what weapon is better. I don't know. I don't want to do that.
yeah
I
all
would
right
almost forego. I would almost forego the entire weapon mechanic just to make it like just to not worry about it. Just to make it so you get the sword, you get a better sword, and then you get the master sword. If I was working on that game, I'd probably be very close to just ditching that entire thing and just making it work like normal.
hmm
I just don't. I don't know. It's not fun just to. Oh, I got a club. Oh man, isn't that cool that you can have a club? Remember in Wind Waker how enemies drop weapons and you could use them for a bit, but then you had to throw them to get access to the button again,
yeah
and it was like more fun than Breath of the Wild.
yeah yeah that's a real good point.
Aw. How was that more fun? That's
Uh,
me, but
Breath
it is.
Breath of the Wild was too radical. They gotta dial it back a little bit. Like do like there's some things in Zelda that just work because they work, and like it's okay if you don't change them. Like give me a hook shot.
How did that game? How did Breath of the Wild universally rank so high? Does any like? I wonder if that's gonna be one of those things we look back on and we're like, why did we think that? Like the
Maybe, maybe.
reviewers, the reviewers are gonna be like, what was that really that good? Like
Hmm.
the reviewers gonna go back and think that because they will frequently give it like best game of all time awards, and I'm just like thinking, man, this better not be another Resident Evil 4
Mm-hmm.
where every game now has to have quick time events and adaptive difficulty and a bunch of other horse shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like just because of that, better not.
All right.
I was playing Final Fantasy 16 and I couldn't help but notice I couldn't romance anyone. This
Hmm.
is bad. This is not.
This
This is.
this is
This is
not
not good.
Persona 5.
I don't like it. I don't like that.
Now watch as Final Fantasy 16 has like a extremely thorough relationship system.
Yeah, just imagine. I don't. I can't see it, but I can. Uh, it seems like there's only like the only like I don't know. I just remember in Dragon's Dogma how strange the relationship system works. It's just the more you talk to somebody,
Oh yeah, yeah.
it's completely random. So if you play
Like
the game,
totally
like yeah,
like
it could be
unnoticeable.
anyone. It could
Uh-huh.
be anyone. Like remember how a lot of people, the dragon at the end was abducting Festi, the one of the sellers, a vendor, that ugly ass clown guy.
Really?
That's
Okay.
remember that.
No, I don't remember that.
Um, people were talking to Festi a lot.
Uh-huh.
That hideous, tiny jester,
Yeah.
ugly as hell.
Uh-huh.
And near the end of the game, the dragon kidnaps whoever your love interest is,
Oh, that's hilarious.
and,
All right.
and you can get intimate cutscenes with you and Festi.
Uh-huh. Okay, okay.
Remember that? Anyway, yeah. It's so funny, like because if you're just playing and you don't know, it just comes out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why did the dragon abduct the vendor? Like, what the hell? Like, this is the random person who sells stuff in the town, and it's whoever you talk to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you were just talking to them a lot, and you got like.
Oh.
So once I learned that, I did all kinds of weird shit, and
Yeah.
it's so funny. Needs to be more games where you really can romance like anyone, like
Mm-hmm.
this guy here, Jirashirlel or whatever the heck his name is. Talk to him 500 times in a row, and Ganon will kidnap him.
Empty bottle.
And then you have a cutscene where you rescue him at the end, and then you just have a cartoon kiss on the forehead.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You have to like you kiss in front of Zelda.
Yeah. Ganon says, "I've captured your one and only."
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, and Zelda just like
Huh?
gets forgotten about.
Yeah. It's
And
pretty funny.
you can't romance Zelda. Like
No.
it's just impossible because you can't talk to her enough.
She's always behind a wall or something.
Yeah.
Behind a block or behind a barrel or something.
Uh-huh.
Can't talk to her.
Or like no, you can talk to her once and then like when you talk to another NPC two times, she vanishes.
Oh God.
Nice puzzle. There's a little barely visible button in the middle of the bridge.
Yeah. Link to the Past. Like the dungeons they're good,
Oh
but
wait.
you would be hard pressed to find someone who would say that they weren't outshined by the 3D games. unfortunately, they're kind of defeated by the 3D games. The
Yeah.
game makes up for it in like every other way, but these dungeons, they're mid, as the Zoomers would say. They're mid,
However,
and they're
however,
they're,
uh,
they're
uh,
good enough by fighting.
yeah,
What? What were you gonna say?
Ocarina of Time took a lot from this game.
Oh yeah,
Like
it's basically
almost
in 3D.
every item,
Yeah,
almost every item that you use in Ocarina of Time was taken from this. So
yeah. That happened a lot during the transition to 3D. I don't know if you noticed that, but
mhm.
some games didn't do it. Like Mario 64 chose to have original stuff over world, but a lot of times they were so scared making a 3D game that they just tried as much as they could to copy the last 2D one.
Yeah,
If you notice that, like
yeah, that makes a lot of sense because
Ocarina of Time, like thematically and just story and items, it's just this game but 3D. Metroid Prime is extremely similar to Super Metroid. Like it's almost comical at times
mhm.
because they were so scared of varying too far across,
Yeah,
far away from it. But then when they get to make the second 3D game and they know they can do it, they go crazy. Like they made Majora's Mask after Ocarina of Time, and they made Metroid Prime 2 after Metroid Prime 1, which is totally different.
uh-huh.
They go experimental. Final Fantasy 7 famously, like when you break it down, it's almost exactly the same as Final Fantasy 6. When you break it down enough, it's very similar. But Final Fantasy 8, of course, is extremely
Oh,
experimental. It's extremely different. Like there's no JRPG that's even kind of like Final Fantasy 8, which is why I replay it a lot. Very weird. Um, yeah. So first 3D games are often very similar to the last 2D one, and then the second 3D game is often a complete experiment.
mhm.
Interesting how that works.
Yeah. Okay, where is the?
But not Mario. Mario, they, for whatever reason, with Mario 64, they had their own thematic ideas right from the get-go. They
Yeah,
wanted to,
yeah.
they wanted to
They had
achieve
it.
how it looked.
They had it figured out. They had a lot of things figured out.
Like we're doing the theme of the game is like paintings, and like Mario has wings on his head,
Mhm.
and we got all these different original things, and it's not like World at all, right?
And Zoomers are still playing it today.
I know,
Zoomers love Mario 64. Like
I know.
we are just talking about that before the stream. It's like it's all like, can you beat Mario 64 underwater? Can you beat Mario 64 with a time bomb attached to your body?
Yeah. Can you beat Mario 64 without pressing A? Hmm. Uh, yeah. It's this testament to have bad new games there. I guess no one's
Hmm.
playing them. Absolutely
Oh,
no
that's
one on Earth
interesting.
plays Mario Sunshine. Basically nobody's playing Sunshine. Sad. Um, yeah.
Huh. Okay, that's weird.
I I don't know. I don't know if I mentioned this here, but I freaking love Link Between Worlds.
Hmm.
Game is amazing. Um, everyone should play that. Uh, it's I went back and replayed it a few times, and I'm amazed at the game's gimmick. Like it's underappreciated. Have
Hmm.
you noticed how cool it is to turn flat and get sucked to a wall?
Yeah.
Have you go back and replay that game?
Oh,
It's amazing.
that game was extremely fun. Yeah.
It's amazing. It's like that game. Like you turn into a drawing of yourself and suck onto the wall, and it's so clever how it uses it. Like you'll be in the dungeon that looks just like this, but there's a crack in the wall,
Hmm.
and you turn flat, get stuck to the wall, walk through the crack, and you're walking on the outside wall of the dungeon, looking down
Yeah.
distantly with you're looking down like hundreds of feet. You
Uh-huh.
realize
Uh-huh.
that this dungeon is actually high up. It's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
cool.
Uh-huh.
It's so fun.
Oh,
And there's such a great explanation for it too, because the villain turns you into a
haha.
painting that's stuck on the wall. Like the villain turns you into a 2D, like it's like he uses his wand, Yuga, to turn you into a painting on the wall, but then you use that as your advantage. Like it's pretty cool. It was so fun, just like going into a building like this with the camera is like fixed,
Hmm.
but then you get sucked to the wall and you get to see it from the other point of view.
Yeah.
And there's the shop owner who lives here, by the way. The shop owner is in this house, like where we are now,
Uh-huh.
basically. But he has Majora's Mask on his wall on display,
Oh
and
yeah.
you can flatten it up against the wall and then stand behind the Majora's Mask to wear it.
Uh-huh.
To look like you're wearing it. There's fun stuff like that in here.
Did you get like a Chivo for doing that, or like a rupee or something?
I don't know what happens when you do it, but
Oh,
I did everything in the game though. I got all the little squid babies and everything. I did everything
yeah.
in the game
Yeah.
because it was so fun. And you can do the
Okay.
dungeons like however you want because you can all the weapons that you need to unlock things in the game. Like the game is set up like this,
Hmm.
except that all the weapons are available in the shop right from the beginning. So you can do however you want. Like it's crazy. That's a weird idea.
Yeah, I know.
It sounds like a ROM hack idea, but they made it a real game.
Uh-huh.
And it turns out it pretty much works fine. Like
Yeah.
doesn't doesn't break the game.
Speaking of ROM hacks, the only game I I remember having a randomizer is Bloodstained. I think that's the
Yeah.
only one that actually was that actually madman enough to add a randomizer. Yet,
There's been some randomizers for other games, but they don't like make the game completely different. Like they don't,
I
you know.
mean official randomizers,
Yeah, yeah.
like the devs actually adding one. I'd like to
Uh,
see one. I'd really like to see one for Metroid Dread, but that's probably not gonna happen.
Axiom Verge has insane options that you can turn on officially. Like Axiom Verge 1 has a really crazy randomizer. It has like settings for speed run. It has like speed run settings to help you with speed running. It has like you can turn on how intense the randomizer is. Like you can make it like you can there's a setting like you can turn on randomizer,
Uh,
for example, in Axiom Verge 1, but then you can like up up the insanity of the randomizer, and then it gives you a warning that at this level you're going to need to know how to use glitches.
oh
Like
yeah,
it says
awesome.
that it's real. Like go look at Axiom Verge 1 in the settings
Uh
for
huh.
these randomizer stuff. It'll say that you need to know how to use speed strats to beat this at this level.
Okay.
Like it says it, so it's like a warning. Like this is you're not supposed to be able to do this with normal play if you
So
don't know tricks.
so
It's
blood.
confirming.
Yeah. So
What do you say?
Bloodstained and Axiom Verge have
Yeah, I
randomizers.
have intense randomizers, but Axiom Verge 1 acknowledges glitch strats,
Uh huh. That's
which
crazy.
I don't know if I've seen that. Like
Hmm.
I don't know if I've seen the devs in the game like acknowledge tricks like that. Like I don't know.
Yeah, that's pretty extreme.
I've seen devs acknowledge glitches in Sonic 3 though. In the manual it says Robotnik may use one of his devious traps that you cannot get out of, and you may need to restart the console.
Hmm.
Remember that? Great
Yeah,
art.
and then you'll be like,
It's
this devious trap sure looks a lot like a glitch.
yeah. This you
I
fell.
just got sucked into the wall.
Yeah,
That
I
Robotnik
just
is
fell
a
into a hole.
genius.
I just fell into a hole I cannot get out of, and
Uh
it's just like, dang, Robotnik. Good thing the devs put. That was good thinking.
huh. Yeah.
The devs put that in the manual, so it's confirmed that it's Robotnik doing it, not us.
Uh huh.
This is real, by the way. Like
God.
this is in there. at certain moments, Robotnik may use his vast technological prowess to slow down time. And when this happens, you just need to get out of that time displacement area, and the game will speed back up to normal speed. Dang you, damn Robotnik.
It's usually where there are a lot of moving objects on the screen.
That's Robotnik doing that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, where am I? Oh, this is the way into Death Mountain. Shit.
Is there any game that uses frame rate as an obstacle?
Uh,
They, a bad guy will say, "I'm about to ruin your frame rate," and he does a weird particle effect.
like a
That kills you.
super intensive particle effect. You've never
Yeah.
seen this many draw calls before.
Yeah, the game. They like debug the game and look through it, and has so many calls for so many different textures that the game crawls. It's like KSP2. Like
Mm-hmm.
people have like decompiled KSP2 and like looked at it, and it was like the game has just a prodigious amount of calls for so many different materials all the time that amount to nothing, because it renders flat planes as like a million polygons. Like it can't simplify
Oh,
flat planes into like one polygon. So a flat polygon with nothing on it has a zillion calls
yeah.
for different shaders and stuff,
Uh-huh.
shaders and materials. And they looked at it and they were like, "This is like such an amateur mistake. I have no idea how it even made it into the game." Like the KSP2 is amateur. It's unbelievable
Oh, no.
how bad it is. How
Yeah,
they
because
should know better. Like,
the,
and
the performance was horrendous.
it's amateur problems in that game, and like people who are in the know think it's never gonna work. Like it's like
Why are
you should.
games... Why is anything coming out that can't run on, like, gamer hardware?
Yeah, you can't run like Dead Space remake has difficulty running at max frame rate on 4070 or whatever the heck
And
it
there are
is.
tons of games like that. There's like, that, Monster Hunter, clone that came out recently. I forgot what it's called.
Exoprimal. So it is.
No, the other one.
Is that a Monster Hunter clone?
I don't know. But it's, I forget the name. But yeah, like, terrible performance. No one can play it on PC.
Yeah, it's just what's going on? Like devs have more money, more staff, and yet have amateur problems.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was going on. KSP2 is just it's horrible.
Yeah.
Um and oh my god, I can't believe the cope on the subreddit for KSP2.
Ooh,
I
really?
can't I've never seen cope like this. People talking about how like, "Oh, it's fine, they'll fix it. KSP1 was bad when it launched, and it was, but the KSP1 was developed by like two Mexicans." Like, and like KSP2 is built off of KSP. It's the same engine. Why doesn't it at least work?
Yeah.
It's the same engine. You can't say it's a different engine, and that's why we have to do all this stuff from scratch. It's
Uh,
the same thing, but worse. It, it's I can't. Oh, the cope is so palpable and so
yeah.
nasty. I can't believe
Meanwhile, you can't cope.
Yeah,
You're unable to cope, and
I don't
Reddit is
understand it.
is max cope.
I don't understand why we're just giving them these developers the time of day. Like it's just insane. Like you'd think that the sequel would at least work and be capable of what the first game was capable of,
Yeah,
right? At
exactly.
least do that. It can't even do that. It can't do.
If it's built on top of it, of course.
It's the same engine. It's the same thing, and they can't. They
Uh,
can't render a flat plane with the correct amount of polygons. Like they can't. It doesn't like it doesn't call polygons correctly. I'll just say it that way. And it's like, so to render nothing, it takes high-end hardware to render basically nothing in that game. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
If I don't know, I've heard all kinds of strange leaks and rumors about it that are kind of spooky.
Really?
Like talking about like just dropping the game and just like forgetting it and just crazy shit like Take-Two forcing them to release the early access version to recoup funding, to recoup investment. Like it, I don't know. It's very bad. It's pretty bad right now, but I mean, it's not crazier things have happened. Like No Man's Sky bounced back, right?
Oh yeah.
Crazier shit has happened. Remember, No Man's Sky is still getting updates now, and it's pretty good now, right? You notice
Yes,
that?
yes, that's right.
Final Fantasy 14 bounced back. That was
Final Fantasy 14, they had to remake from the ground up, pretty
yeah,
much.
they had to completely remake the game. So it's
They
crazier
really
things
earned that one. Yeah.
Well, yeah, he earned himself Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah, yeah.
He got the whole thing. They were just like, "Oh my god, you're really good. Here, just
Uh-huh.
have the whole game." Okay. Um. Yeah. So crazier things have happened, but it's gonna be a long road
Mm-hmm.
for KSP2 to get fixed.
Yeah.
It's gonna be. It could be like 10 years before it has any of the features that were in the trailer. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And the early access version launched at full price. So that's kind of gross. It
Oh,
launched at like $60
yeah.
plus dollars.
That is gross, yeah.
That is a sin. That
That's
is
icky.
an egregious mistake.
That's basically sexual assault.
Yeah,
Right there.
you're basically committing a war crime against me.
Uh-huh.
You can't do that. Yeah, it's horrible.
Okay. Okay, I've got 500 rubies. Now I can go to Zora's domain and buy the thing from the Zora, which could be anything.
Isn't that weird how like old games were more comfortable with putting critical items that are needed to beat the game in shops?
Oh,
You ever notice how you
it's
don't see that now?
yeah, it's nuts what uh Link's Awakening expects you to spend. Like
Yeah.
there's no cap on how many rubies you can hold, or like the cap is like uh 999 or something, and like it always puts something that's extremely expensive in the shops in case you have some rubies to spend.
At least you're spending them, as
Uh-huh.
opposed to not spending them on anything.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
uh, that would be one wish for a no Zelda game on my wish list would be like things to do with rupees. Like, I don't know. Like you should be able to invest them in stuff. Like you should be able to buy things at the shop, or you can invest it in the shop, which will improve the items that show up or something. I don't
Uh-huh.
know. So you always have something to do where you can just throw rupees.
Uh Twilight Princess had a good one too. Actually Twilight Princess literally had that, didn't it?
It does?
You
I don't
could
remember.
invest in the shop, and um the shop would actually improve over
Yeah,
time. And
that's a good idea.
once you give them like the equivalent of like 10,000 rupees, um then you unlock a you unlock a armor set that converts rupees into damage. You'll lose rupees instead of
Yeah,
taking damage.
I think
So
I
yeah,
remember that. I
they
think I did
really
that.
solved that problem in that
Um,
game.
wouldn't it? Remember how there was mailboxes in Wind Waker?
Uh-huh.
Wouldn't it be cool if in another Zelda game, every NPC had a unique name, and what you could do is at the mailbox you could mail people rupees. You type in their name and mail them money, and then it would improve your relationship with them. And then at max relationship, they would give you an item. So some characters have special items. A lot of characters just had whatever. Like
Oh my god, I'm gonna die again.
that'd be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
Mm.
How about a solution for Tears of the Kingdom's like item problem is like Diablo 2 randomized loot,
Yeah.
something weird like that. But
You realize there's a
in that case though, like you'll probably just find something good and then by
yeah,
pure
that's what I was
chance
gonna say.
and then nothing else will be useful.
Um, you realize that like Tears of the Kingdom isn't it like not even 2 months away?
Yeah,
And like,
something like that.
where's the hype? Have you noticed that it's like it's not being marketed super hard?
Yeah, I
Do you
don't
get
know.
that feeling?
Um, well, that's one thing, and other thing is like it's been a long time, and Elden Ring is out, and it's like people are still freaking playing Breath of the Wild. Like it never went away. And this new one it's like basically the same, and it's on the still on the Switch. And the Switch is dying, and it's like
Man,
yeah,
the
I
Switch
don't know.
feels old. The Switch feels really old. But Nintendo, like at least publicly anyway, they're basically saying that oh no, the Switch is only halfway through its life, which sounds like
Maybe it
complete
is.
horseshit.
Maybe it is.
I don't know, or they're just trying to keep Switch 2 a secret or whatever. But people have been trying to leak the next Switch for like 2 years now, and
Uh-huh.
they never say anything. And I don't know.
You
The
know,
Switch
be
is
a
still selling. The Switch still sells.
yeah.
Like,
Well, the great games are still coming out on it.
um,
It has an amazing library at this point.
I know. I think for a while I had speculated that Tears of the Kingdom would de-launch the Switch, like which Zelda often does. Remember that?
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah.
De-launched. Twilight Princess de-launched the GameCube.
Mhm.
Uh, Breath of the Wild de-launched the Wii U.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. So I was thinking that, but now I don't. Now that's not. That seems to be. That doesn't seem to be the case now. It seems like Tears of the Kingdom is just going to be another Zelda game, like breaking that trend, kind of.
Mhm.
Now maybe it's Metroid Prime 4. Maybe Metroid Prime 4 is going to de-launch the Switch, because that thing has been in development hell for a long time.
Yeah.
It's been in dev hell. Um, and they made Metroid Prime Remastered just to hold people over, which may indicate that it's really far away, right?
Mhm.
So that's kind of spooky.
Yeah, the hopes aren't high. And you know like the hype is it's not what it used to be for Prime 4 as well.
They're gonna have to do something to get the hype back up, like just shadow drop completely out of nowhere a really short playable demo.
Mhm.
Like that's how one way that you could, if you did that, the hype would get back up there. Um, and it has to be really good.
Okay, let's see what this is. A map. Awesome. The map for Misery Mire.
Yeah, dude,
Oh
that's where I
boy.
live.
Wow.
Looking at Misery Mire. Uh, that the map icon in this, the sprite for the map, I always thought it looked like some kind of seashell.
Yeah. It
And
does
how
kind
it
of,
looks,
yeah.
yeah, it looks like one of those things you're supposed to put your ear to hear the ocean. That really spooked me when I was a kid. When I was a kid, people would like old people would say you put your ear up to a seashell and you can hear the ocean. Did they ever
Mhm.
tell you that?
Mhm.
And I used to be so amazed by that that was
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
It does sound like the ocean
Uh-huh.
inside a seashell. Like Wow.
Yeah, it kind of does. So, like, you get a little. There's some sentimental appeal to that because, like, you take a seashell from the beach and you take a little bit of the ocean with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, how's that? Yeah, I haven't been here yet.
I'm going to outer space for a very long time, so I made sure to bring mosquitoes, cow shit, and other annoying stuff from Earth with me that I'll
Uh,
start to enjoy there in space.
yeah, yeah. Well, at least I don't have this stuff. Heart
And we left the.
container. Wow.
Oh wow! Wow!
Wow. That's wowie.
Wow! Samus is, speaking of that, Samus's ship is so small. Like it's fits
It is.
her and a little area behind her. Like how long does she spend in there?
Uh-huh.
She's gonna go crazy. She's gonna go crazy in
Like it's gotta have like the most epic gamer setup in there.
there. Yeah,
Like
the most epic gamer set, GTX 9000 series that can only kind of barely run the newest games.
it can run some of the newest games.
Yeah. Like, and it was so expensive. All the money she's made up to this point bounty hunting has went into that. It's so expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. But hey, you can mod ray tracing into your favorite games.
You can
You could
mod ray tracing into your favorite old games like a
uh,
Zoomer.
yeah, yeah.
Cool.
Exactly. Oh, I thought this was Power Bomb. I could have came here before. Shit. I always forget about this, but it's like such an easy little like secret.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the bomb door. Never mind. I was right. Look at Diddy there.
Looking
He's kind
forward.
of. This is Diddy's like I had to do it to him pose.
You know I had to do it to him.
Mm.
Yep.
Uh.
I
Oh.
hate this room.
Yeah, this is
So
awful.
this is why why didn't they just make this gauntlet in this freaking one area of the game?
Yeah, it's just chaos.
What is this room? Look at it.
And then like there's a fake
Yeah,
Chewy
you have to
guy.
go.
You gotta
Yeah,
jump
you have
through.
to go down inside
Oh,
him. Just
5 rupees. 5. Holy shit.
God, dang it. It's like finding a spoon in Oblivion.
Yeah. A spoon at the end of a dungeon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm running out of places to go. I think my knowledge is starting to run thin. However, I've got some places to go in Rinstar.
Where'd they come up with these funny names for Metroid areas? Brinstar.
Hmm.
The surface is called Crateria, which feels right.
Yeah,
I don't know. Norfair.
it's like inside a crater.
Yeah,
Norfair is a cool name.
I know. I love it.
Oh,
Obviously.
I think you do. Yeah. More chewy guys. I call these chewy guys because that's what they do. Ah.
I I will still periodically fall into these still
Uh-huh.
after this long.
I,
Like
I'm just doing it constantly.
People fall into these things at GDQ, for God's sakes.
Uh-huh.
Holy crap.
Okay, so this is the way into... Oh yeah, this is a way back to where it was.
Can we get to Kraid yet?
No, you need keys. Like, it's a very long journey. Like, you'll be surprised at how long this takes. I've gotten to the point where I beat, like, two, two Metroid bosses and no Zelda dungeons. And it took, like... Man, I don't even want to check how long it took. And I have, like, almost everything in Metroid.
My God.
But, like, you need those keys, man. That's why, like, if you want to, if you want something that's actually clearable, don't turn on the, key sanity mode. That's what it's called. It's just, it's insanity.
Remember that time we were talking about, like, a hypothetical dungeon crawler where all the keys that you need to beat the game are purchasable in the shop right at the beginning?
Mm-hmm.
And you have to, like, but, um, like, the game works out so that, say there's 100 locked doors, right? But there's, in the shop, there's not the same amount of keys.
Missile.
But it doesn't tell you that, so you don't know how much you need a key. But you can sell a key back to the shop for a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
Yeah, that's weird.
Imagine if you were playing Zelda and you got a small key for a dungeon, but you could take it out of the dungeon and sell it at a shop for a lot of money. Imagine how funny that would be.
But, like, you'd have to, like, guess how many keys that dungeon
Yeah, I know.
requires.
No,
Otherwise,
but
you
this
wouldn't be able to
game,
do
this
clear the dungeon.
hypothetical, this hypothetical dungeon crawler that works like that would by rights, you would be able to make it impossible by its
Uh-huh.
design. It would be designed that way. Like, you
Yeah.
can't get
And,
around it.
like, if you...
There's a disclaimer at the beginning. It says, "Warning: making this impossible is part of the design." In
Uh-huh.
the disclaimer.
In fact, if it wasn't possible to make it impossible, then it wouldn't be, like, worth making the keys expensive.
Yeah. So you're in this dungeon, and you're really low on healing items, and you're just like, "Oh my god, if I just could get some healing items, I could sell this key.
Hmm.
I could sell this key for a lot of
But you
money."
don't know what you're locking yourself out of.
Yeah, I know.
And you gotta be really careful what doors you open.
Yeah, you'd be hoarding keys, trying to.
That's a really... Like, that's a... People with, mind goblins, as they call it, who have trouble, like, with hoarding items and stuff, they're gonna hate that.
I'd hate it.
That's just gonna
I
make your
save.
brain explode.
Yeah, I know. I'm one of those guys who saves things.
Um,
I've never seen that game before.
yeah. Well, there were some cruel dungeon dark crawlers out there, so...
Oh yeah, there's some ridiculous ones. Wizardry 1 is like it's cruel and strange, but it's also it avails itself of game design techniques that are bad because they didn't know any better. It's like
Oh, really?
I remember the first floor in Wizardry, the recommended and best strat to beat it is to just go to this one enemy and just grind him forever.
Oh,
That's the best. That's the accepted strat to beat this first part of the game. Is just go to this room, go in and out over and over again and fight this guy.
really?
And God, it's so archaic. It's ancient. Like, this is the strat.
Yeah?
You have to just farm this one guy, and that's how you keep going.
Well,
Characters in Wizardry 1, every time, like, the game, when you sleep at the inn, your characters age. So the game encourages you to go as long as you can without sleeping, but you need to sleep to level up. So it's like,
well,
It's
Wait,
like you and characters die eventually when they get old.
so do you have to sleep thousands of times before you die, or
You have to
are you
figure out
sleeping for weeks at a time?
how far you can go without actually making your character
Oh,
stronger, because they get stronger at the inn, but the inn also ages them. So you have to like be as crafty, which is with as little shit as you can. It's so stupid. Like
eh.
nobody today would dream of aging your characters until they freaking die and they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody would do that, but
Yeah,
it happens in wizardry.
that's nuts.
It's ridiculous.
But I mean, like, just practically, like,
I don't know
how
what's
many
happening.
times would you have to sleep for your character to die? And or like, either they're sleeping thousands of times at once, or they're or they're sleeping for like a month at a time.
Yeah, and there's just so much other weird shit like your character dies and like instead of reviving him you go you go back to the guild and
Oh,
recruit someone, rename them their name so that it feels like they're not dead, and then just train him back up to where he was. And weird, you can save the game, but you have to go back to the guild and rehire all your characters.
mm-hmm.
It's so strange. It needs a remake, Wizardry 1, but it has to like still be good without ruining it. I don't know. Actually,
Okay. Oh,
they should just remake the first three Wizardry games in 3D and combine them into one plot. And Japanese devs have to do it. It can't be Western devs.
uh-huh.
It has to be Japanese devs to do it, and it'll be pretty good.
Okay. Hmm. I just got the Brinstar 2 key. So, that takes me here. Oh, also here. I can go here now. What's this? Rupees. Yeah, I'm,
Mm. Even now, we are seeing the limitations of Zelda. All they can give you is rupees and shit.
yeah, yeah.
In Metroid, you find good things.
Mm-hmm.
The worst thing you can find in Metroid is a missile tank, which really says something
Yeah.
because it actually makes you have more ammo, which is really good. You need a certain amount of missile tank supply to even fight Ridley. You need a certain amount of energy tanks to fight Mother Brain, or it won't work.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember if I can go and sneak in through here or what. Hmm.
There's something you can do here,
I think there is, but I don't
but
know.
I think no, I think my memory is telling me it's one way. You can only come from outside to in here for some reason.
I'm gonna
The way
use a
it's set up.
save state to, cause I just want to check out what this is before I quit. Cause I went through all the trouble to find this key. Um,
Oh look, and our stream is just coming on 3 hours.
yeah.
It always works out that it takes us about 3 hours to get bored.
Well,
You notice
I
that?
was just looking at the time, honestly.
Oh yeah, it's just yeah. See there you go. Now what's that? That should be a super missile block, I think.
Super missile. I don't have any.
think. Yeah. Um. So just farm these guys.
Did you ever play Metroid 2?
Yeah, but I don't really love it. I have it on the Game Boy too.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Um,
tried. It's not wonderful.
yeah, I tried it for a little while on an emulator. It's not
Samus is
super
way
fun.
too big.
Yeah, yeah.
That's one of the problems with that game is that Samus takes up way too much of the screen size.
Uh-huh. It's
Which
not
is
very
something that
fun to play either.
yeah, it's something that you used to see in like bad old games. where they wanted to have the characters look cool
Mhm.
on a limited amount of a pixel budget, so they just made them huge,
Yeah.
right, to get more detail out of it, without realizing that nobody wants to play as a huge character. Like, it's not fun. Like, it's just you want to see the world more, right?
Oh, I guess this isn't a super missile block. Yeah, it's one way.
Yeah.
Yeah. If that's a super missile block, then it's one way.
Maybe you can't hit the maybe you can't have the super missile hit the block when it's off screen.
I assume that's what's going on.
I'm trying to think of why it's one way,
Uh-huh.
because I remember that specifically.
Yeah, so, that room next to me, that has a puzzle where I need, like, the, plasma beam, so it can go through the wall.
What's that CBN MWL there? Is that garbage? What is that?
Oh, no, this is, the keys I have.
Oh, okay.
See, like, it has B2, I have Brinstar 2, and I have Meridia
Okay, cool.
Boss.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Like, how do you route this stuff? Like, the modders would have had to figure out how they can get this to work.
Can you
And
get
they'd have to design the randomizer so that you find the keys in a
can
doable
you
order.
can
It's
you get
crazy.
like AI to brute force games like that to test them to see if it's possible?
Oh, maybe.
Is that a thing? Like, that would be a really useful thing for AI to do.
Yeah, but what if you use AI to design them? Like
Oh,
like route this like it wouldn't be able to do it with GPT or anything like that, but like just make a like design model of some sort and tell it like design this world in a way that's fun and possible.
yeah.
Okay, that's the boss room.
This is the spore
Yeah.
spawn.
All right. Well,
Okay.
yeah, I'm stumped. I'm just gonna call it quits for now.
Well,
Yeah, it's addicting. Like I can never make enough. Like it gets really frustrating and everything, but I just love playing this thing.
how come we can't fight this boss? Need the boss key?
Yeah, you need the boss key.
Uh,
Anyway, that's that.
well, that was Super Metroid Plus Out Randomizer ×4 with Bizhawk.
Not
Shuffler.
quite. Not
Yeah, not
quite.
not exactly. They
Mm-hmm.
had to kind of simplify it due to crashing,
Yeah.
but that's that.
All right then.
Uh,
See you later.